Hello, everyone, and welcome back to E-League United Week 2. Tonight we have Wardens of the North taking on the American Dream in a rivalry showdown match. Casting for you tonight brought to you by Quad Squad Casting, better known as the Sad Noob Group. My name is Ruckus, and joining me are Nightmare Seta and Solomon Khan. Boys, we got a banger tonight. Wardens are looking to bounce back from their Week 1 match, and the American Dreams are looking to start their season off right as they had a bye Week 1. Let's go ahead and get into the match.
I think it'll be
Uh,
interesting to see how the American Dream comes out with, like you said, they had a bye week, week one. So we'll see. This will be the first real look. They're coming in with two subs, so not really their full team. But it'll be interesting to see how they come out this week.
yes, as we are looking to get started in the draft, Solomon Khan, go ahead and break down Wardens of the North for us. You've already played against them Week 1. How solid of a team are they? And who can we look at as a standout player on their squad?
Right. I'm going to definitely be looking at their ADC and their mid lane. Their ADC being Karus and their mid lane being Slushy. Definitely look at those two to make a high impact in the game.
All right, as Wardens are going to go ahead and ban out Dreams Irelia, and the American Dream are going to follow up with the Aphelios ban. Two strong bans go ahead and going out, as Wardens will follow up with the Lulu.
Not surprising to see the Irelia ban there on the Dream and one of his most played champions. I'd be surprised if they let the Akali through too. We'll see where they focus or if they aren't worried about the Akali. Maybe they just pick it if they're comfortable with it.
As the American Dream are going to go ahead and ban out Kapesk's Kazakhs, and Wardens will finish out their first round of bans with surprisingly a LeBlanc ban. Akali's still on the board for Dream to me.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if they take that first chance they get. That is one of his best champs. He is very scary on the Akali as well as the Aurelia. Another ban coming down on their jungler, so they're looking at banning out his limited champion pool. It looks like he plays a lot of those two champs pretty much exclusively.
As Wardens of the North are going to go ahead and first pick Misfortune. I think this may potentially be a misstep on the American Dream's part to go ahead and let the Misfortune through on blue side. We've seen Misfortune throughout week 1 and 2 of ELU be highly impactful in these matches, as the American Dream will go ahead and draft their power pick, picking up the Alistar from I'm Asian LOL.
That's a great pick for the American Dream. One, it takes it away from blue side. Alistar's a great match pick to go in with the Misfortune, but also Alistar's got a lot of tools to interrupt Misfortune when she does try to lay that ult down. So great pickup.
As we see the American Dream counter the Misfortune pick with the Alistar and the Ashe, looking at a lot of CC in the bot lane for the American Dream, as we think they're potentially are going to go with the R3 on the Akali, as Wardens look to respond to this bot lane matchup.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised they did not take that already. Everyone knows he likes to play it. It's not a secret, so you're really not giving anything away unless they just don't have a specific matchup they don't want to play it into. Maybe the Silas, but we'll see.
As Wardens are going to go ahead and draft themselves a Silas. So big ultis for the Silas to go ahead and get, as we've seen on a lot of past matchups whenever there has been a Alistar on the board, the Alistar ulti super impactful on the Silas, as Wardens will finish out their first round of drafting with a Morgana.
Yeah, I like the Misfortune Morgana bot lane. I still think that it's going to be pretty hard with the Alistar Ashe. Morgana does have that black shield. We'll have to see. It's a very tanky CC heavy bot lane. I'm surprised they took Sylas so early here, only seeing the Ashe and the Alistar. I would have liked to see maybe a few more ults. And here comes the Akali.
And it's just as we predicted, the American Dream will go ahead and R3 the Akali as we look to get into the second rounds of bans. So, Wardens have drafted themselves a Misfortune, a Silas, and a Morgana. Now, this could be a flex Morgana pick. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the support position, but Nightmare Seta, go ahead and break down this bot lane matchup that is starting to shape up for us.
I would be pretty surprised if it was not a Morgana bot. I think with the Silas, I think it's pretty unlikely you send that top or jungle. So I think it's more than likely Morgana support. Morgana jungle has kind of fallen off, not as powerful as it was. So would be surprised if that doesn't go down support. I think really dependent on matchup. Warden's bot lane is one of one of their pressure points, one of their areas where they like to try to get ahead. Misfortune Morgana is really strong. Misfortune has been really, really good in ELU this season so far. 100% pick or ban through the first week. So we'll just have to see how the American Dream matches up into that super strong pick.
As Wardens have gone ahead and finished their bans with the Ornn and the Malphite, and the American Dream responding with a Hecarim and Zac ban, as they're gonna do. There are four. I think I kind of have to give this mid lane matchup to Wardens. I think the Silas is going to be super impactful with these ults that he's going to be able to steal, as the American Dream go ahead and draft themselves a Scion, potentially looking at a weak side top for Mikey Poo, as he is subbing in for the American Dream in the top lane.
I like the Scion pick. It's super tanky. It is a pretty good ultimate for in situations for Silas. So we'll have to see. The Gnar matchup's going to be very tough for on the side of the Scion. He'll just have to tank up the best he can and farm the best he can. That is a very annoying matchup with the ranged to melee matchup on that.
And Wardens does have a lot of experience on the Gnar, as he plays almost exclusively Urgot and Gnar, so he could potentially be able to get the better of Mikey Poo in this Scion matchup, as Wardens finish out their draft with a J4.
Yeah, we're going real deep into Kapesk's champion pool here. Like we said, he plays a lot of Nocturne, a lot of Kha'Zix. They dropped 4 bans on the jungle, really trying to throw him down that a champion pool. He's played, a decent amount of Jarvan, I suppose. He's played about 9 games this season so far, 78% win rate. So it seems like he's fairly comfortable on it, but definitely not the same amount of playtime you're seeing on those other picks.
Yes, and for the American Dream, we're going to see Sunny D on the Ringar. Let's go. We're going back to LLW Season 1 matchup with the American Dream. Sunny D does have plenty of experience on the Ringar. He was able to pick himself up 2 pentakills in that match. So interesting to see what he's going to be able to do against Wardens on this Ringar pick.
Yeah, they've got assassin-heavy comp with the Rengar and the Akali. Not a lot of sustain AP damage. I think armor is going to be a luxury on the side of Wardens. It's going to come. It's going to be really, really good. I wouldn't be surprised if they start stacking that. I mean, and that'll really kind of neutralize that Rengar. Akali does do AP damage, but she is an assassin, so we'll see if Dream can DPS on it. It is one of his better champs. But just very heavy on the AD on the version on the American Dream. What are your thoughts, Request?
I think it's going to be interesting. I'm just trying to take it all in right now. This is a big rivalry game between Wardens and the American Dream. A lot of CC on the side of Wardens. I don't know. I think it's going to be difficult for the American Dream. I think I have to give Game 1's draft to Wardens. I think it's a very solid draft on their part. A lot of CC, a lot of high damage on the Misfortune and the Silas. We're just going to have to see how these solo lanes play out for the American Dream, whether Dream to Me can get ahead of the Silas on the Akali, and if Mikey Poo can manage to do his best weak side king impression on the Scion.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you that I think Wardens is coming in very strong into here on Game 1. Um, like you said, tons of CC. They've got a good damage split. between, Morgana, even as a support, does good damage with the missing health damage on the W. Silas does pretty good damage, DPS, and, still pretty bursty. On that side, so they're not not too heavily swayed. A little heavy AD, but not as bad as the American Dream. But like you said, just the insane amount of CC that they have. In addition to, you got to look at all the CCs that Silas can actually steal. You've got the Scion ulti and the Ash arrow. Both can be pretty heavy engage tools if he wants them. I think Wardens have this one as long as they don't let either the Akali or the Rengar run over this game. So we'll be really looking to see how they try to lock down Dream to Me and Sunny D.
It's going to be really interesting to see how the American Dream position themselves here, because if they can if they can keep the Ashe alive in these fights, and Ringhard can get around on the flank with the Akali, they could potentially wreak havoc and go ahead and assassinate the Misfortune. We're just going to have to see how these fights play out as we go ahead and get into the spectator delay. Solomon Khan, I want you to go ahead and give us a path to victory for the American Dream and the comp that they've drafted themselves into against Wardens.
I'll have to say, I think it's a bit hard for the American Dream to necessarily play out their comp. For the fights, I think they're going to be looking at Rengar and Akali to try to disrupt the backline, but I think with the AoE wombo combo that Wardens have, I think it's going to be a bit rough for that to happen. Yeah, overall, I think they might want to look for picks around the map, try to catch people out of position. I think that's about the best shot they really have. I know that Sunny and Dream got their main picks for their roles, so looking at see what all they can get done this game.
It's going to be really interesting to see how the American Dream play this out, since they do have two subs on their team. So it's really unfortunate that they weren't able to get their two main starters in for this game. Um, it's going to be really hard for the American Dream to straight up 5v5 Wardens, I think. I just don't see the way for them to do it. I have to agree with you that they are going to have to look for picks around the map on the Ringar, on the Akali, and that Scion, Ashe, and Alistar are just going to have to sit in their lanes and try to CS as best as they can to try and keep any leads from ballooning up on the side of Wardens, and hope that these two assassin picks can wreak havoc on Warden's comp.
We'll have to see if, like we said, if Akali or Rengar, or hopefully both, can really get ahead coming from the sides of the American Dream. Maybe that they can just kind of be too strong to deal with. Maybe they can out damage the quicker, the tanky. I'm assuming Jarvan is going to go tanky. We know Nara is going to be a fairly tanky pick. But if they can't get a lead, I think when it comes 5v5 time, the American Dream is going to be in some serious trouble.
Shout out to Mom Ninja for going ahead and updating the title of the stream. As everybody knows, ELU is derived from Scuff League, and we continue the condition of it being scuffed in this league, as we are 15 seconds away from getting onto the Rift.
So, any predictions about any level 1 shenanigans? I'd like to see something from the American Dream. I'm sure they know that they need to get ahead early, and I'd like to see how that plays out level 1.
I would not be surprised if they went for it for sure, but Wardens has got to be expecting it themselves. So I predict that we'll see a standard 5-point for Wardens, as we potentially look at some level 1 shenanigans from the American Dream as we go ahead and get into the loading screen. Ace up my sleeve with the Project Ash border. You love to see it.
Yeah, looking very nice. Very heavy on the purple on the side of the Wardens. I like to see a little similarity between the skin picks, especially with the Warden's logo being so purple as well. Fits well.
We are here to maintain traditions, Piano Ninja. uh, as we load into game 1.
All right. We'll see where they run. They don't look like they're stacking to go any level ones on the side of the American Dream. Oh
Uh,
no, here they
they
are
are
running
all
together.
running through their red side as
Yeah.
we are potentially looking at the American Dream looking to invade. J4 at his blue. Uh, J4 is there, though. He did step out of the bush for a second. Sunny D going all in on Kapesk. Not going to be able to pick up too much. Maybe have to send J4 back to the base to get that health back. No wards were placed down, though, for either team, as Kapesk finally does get a ward into that bush there, as the American Dream look to go on to the Gnar.
That was a
Everyone is going to
fairly
walk away.
Yeah, that's a fairly pathetic level one attempt, in my opinion. Um, just standard five pointing, as they did, pretty much completely threw that away. Ringar was too far ahead of the rest of the team, didn't have the damage to kill him. I just don't see that invade working on a team that's gonna go standard five point. As long as they're like he ran right to the bush he was supposed to and just stood there. He saw Ringar, saw the rest of their team, and ran away. Exactly. I would have liked to see some maybe more unique kind of look coming from the American Dream.
As we see that both sides were able to get wards down onto both junglers' blue camps, so they will have a fairly good idea of where each jungler will be around the 3 minute mark, as we will see fights break out for Scuttle Crabs around that time. As Sunny D paths up to get his Krugs. Pretty standard so far from all of our laners, as we expected. It's going to be really tough for the Scion into the Gnar with that range advantage, as Ace Up My Sleeve gets some nice poke down onto the Misfortune. I expect big things out of I'm Asian LOL. I think that for the American Dream to really be successful in this game, that him and Sunny D are going to have to roam together to try and get some advantages, particularly in the mid lane and maybe even on the top lane. We've seen this time and time again from I'm Asian, that he likes to be roaming around the map. He is a playmaker for the American Dream, and he's somewhat the heart and soul for the team as well. So it'll be really interesting to see how that shakes up.
Yeah, he's very energized. Likes to, hype his team up. Likes to roam around, get his teammates fed. He's a support not only in the game but also, in the comms. So I'd like to see how he, handles it this game.
As Dream gets some nice poke down onto the Silas. Not much he can do, as the J4 does gank him, and Dream to me is forced to flash out of there. Not much he could do in that situation, as the Gnar does have a wave stacking into the Scion in the top lane.
I thought that was a pretty appropriate use of flash there on Akali. I think already having expended the E. A little skirmish here on the top.
Gnar's just going to hop away, as both junglers are going to trade Scuttle Crabs. So no fights at Scuttle Crabs so far, as MFQ does land onto the Ashe. Later in the game, that will be adding up.
Yeah, still don't want to take those early. It can still do a pretty bonkers amount of damage this early on, especially if you're not expecting it. But
As Slushy is engaging on Dream to me, no idea that Sunny D is there, and he's going to drop a ward now. It's really interesting to see Chief Patar on this Morgana pick when, never mind, Sunny D does finally go down onto 999 Slushy. Calling not quite there, though, and he's going to be forced to back off now,
yeah, he
as
walked.
as Mikey Poo is getting the best of himself from this Gnar, as ooh, nice Morgana Q landing onto the Ashe, as Ringar is looking to come in from the back. Mikey Poo has to be careful here, though. Gnar's close to going Mega, and not quite what you want to see there. Not able to get the first blood onto the bot lane.
Everybody walks away. Some damage traded down. Rengar not able to get a kill. Bot Nar not able to get on the Scion, but you know, another engage on this mid laner.
J4 going all in on Dream to Me. TP coming in from 99 Slushy, and Dream to Me is going to be able to get out of there. Nice TP, nice gank from the J4, forcing Dream to Me once again out of lane. Maybe we could see the Silas start to build a CS lead, as he is currently down 5 CS.
Yeah, had to back after that engage with Rengar. He walked all the way down to the Pixel Brush to ward that, not realizing that Rengar was sitting in there. As soon as he walked past, he got engaged on and took some serious damage. Had to back. So now he's looking at a little bit of a CS deficit here.
I have to agree with Nitrodax. I do think that Wardens will definitely take this game one. I think they drafted just too good of a comp, and it's going to be really hard for the American Dream to pull the rabbit out of the hat, at least in game one. Um, but of course, we do need to see how the game goes out.
Yeah, it'll be. I think this one comes down to can Rengar and Akali get ahead? They're not. They're looking pretty even. Rengar's, pretty even in CS. Akali's still even in CS. No kills yet. Goldcraft's totally, even. Maybe separated by 100 gold. They really need
This
to
is a
start making some
pretty
plays.
bloodless game so far. Usually, first blood has already been secured as they are looking on 9-9 Slushy, but Ringard not able to clean it up for the American Dream as level 6 has been achieved in the top lane, and another nice Morgana binding from Chief Patar onto I'm Asian. Um, Sunny D potentially looking for the Silas once again. Mega Nard does run out, and Nar's going to nicely be able to kite out Mikey Poo in the top lane, stacking those grasps of the Undying early on as a. It looks like Mikey's going to potentially get the best of the Nar here. Ulti coming in from the Scion, not quite enough. And can the Nar take this back? No, both top laners are going to be forced to back off. Wet noodle fight.
Yeah, great engage by Mikey. Took a tower shot, kind of made that a little more even, but looking really strong into this, matchup he's not going well into.
The Gnar is stacking Mega, forced to hop away. Not much more that is going to be able to get done in the top lane. As Dream to Me is still looking to get the better of 9-9 Slushy and just barely dodges a Akali ulti incoming. Is he going to be able to execute? First blood coming in for the American Dream. Nicely played by Dream to Me.
Yeah, really slim margins there with taking that tower shot. Almost got him, but really well played. Had the ulti. Silas had already burned it last fight, so really well played by Dream to Me, getting the kill on the Silas. That's exactly what they need to do if they have any chance of carrying this game, into the late.
Sunny D looking for the gank onto the Gnar. They're both going to walk up now. Sion is not tanking though, and oh my god, Sunny D has been slain by the Gnar. Oh my.
No, Sunny D lived there.
Misspoke on my part.
Yeah,
I read
AST
that completely wrong.
Yeah, AST
Trying to get a
parity
little
goes
too
down.
hyped. Oh,
Nar goes down, ASD parity goes down in the top lane. Yeah, probably wanted Sion to take a little more tarot shots there, but overall, great dive. They knew with the Derek on the Ringar, they could just go in and blow up this low health Nar pretty much no problem once they got the wave pushed up. Looking to pinch on him though, no blast cone.
as J4 does swag flag in, ulti in onto the Ringar. Silas is here as well, and 9-9 Slushy is able to pick up the kill on the Ringar. Nice respawn from Wardens of the North. Sunny D kind of just overstayed there.
Yeah, they had that kill, got a little greedy on the Gromp. Probably should have just walked out, tried to go for the blast cone, but great roam by the Silas and the heads up play by the J4 to go up there and just take back a kill.
Nice Q ulti from the Morgana, and Kars is able to pick up the kill on Ashe. Nice, looks like I'm Asian LOL was either roaming around or on recall, and Wardens are able to pick up another kill, and they're looking for more in the mid lane as Dream to Me is caught out, forced to ulti flash away, and I don't, very slim margins yet again. Dream to Me playing on the knife's edge with these constant jungle pressure in the mid lane.
Nar
Nar forced to blow ult there to ulti the Scion back away. Sunny D is hovering around in the top lane.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that ult come out. I don't. It wasn't towards a wall. Didn't really think he had a chance to kill him. Was really surprised to see it come out. Just kind of to shove him away. He wasn't really in any danger either. Still looking at full health. little kind of surprised to see that ult being dropped.
As Wardens of the North are looking to secure first Rift Herald. So far, the matchup, as Mikey Poo's trying to clear out vision, Nar is going to kite him away from the Rift Herald as J4 looks to solo secure it now.
Mikey's
Nar
just too
close to
tanky.
going Mega, but he is going to be able to... Nar does hit the ulti... Excuse me, I'm getting a little tongue-tied as Nar does finally go Mega. J4 ulti does land onto the Scion. Can Nar get in there to be able to ult him into the wall? It is not going to matter as Mikey Poo is able to walk away from both the top lane and the jungle from Wardens of the North. As we have another skirmish breaking out in the bot lane, the Wardens are forced to back up as Sunny D was pressuring them. Ashe ulti not quite able to land on Mark.
Yeah, Asher goes wide. You got Rengar really trying to gank this bot lane, try to get them a lead. They already, they're pretty significantly down in CS. MF already has a kill, and this is going to be a very scary bot lane. And we can see why MF has so much presence in ELU this season so far.
Yes, Misfortune definitely pick or ban, especially on blue side. As we have seen that she's able to get almost a 28 minion lead in the bot lane as Silas lands a nice combo onto the Akali. Once again, J4 is here. Flag lands the EQ combo in the wrong way as Dream to Me ults back in. Sunny D here now looking to pick up the kill on 99 Slushy, but he is able to turn the tables on Sunny D as they're able to pick up the kill on the Ringar as Wardens take a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, the Silas healing just too much for that Rengar. Tried to blow him up, didn't have the damage. Silas just healing right through it. Great gank by once again by the J4, really focusing Dream to Me here. Dream ends up getting out, but at the cost of Rengar's life.
Yeah, so we continue to see that these assassins on the American Dream are trying to get ahead. Mikey Poo going under tower. Nar's looking to kite this out here. My God, what a tanky Scion. TP coming in from 99 Slushy. Mikey Poo does get the kill on the Nar, but Slushy is able to clean it up for Wardens, keeping them ahead in kills and gold.
I think did Silas end up getting that, or was he dead before the TP finished?
Silas did manage to get the kill onto
Yeah,
Scion, yes.
yeah, it was super close. Like he did manage to bring that back, so that ended up being a good TP. You did get the kill, but man, I thought Nar was gonna have a much easier time. But you got the Scion first death coming in up in CS. He's really just too tanky for this Nar to handle.
The steel plate caps are definitely coming in the clutch as I'm Asian does engage onto the Misfortune, but Black Shield too much, able to block the Ashe ulti as once again the J4 has to blast cone over the wall. They do get the Rift Herald down. We'll have to see if the Wardens are able to pick up first tower here or if the American Dream can clean up this Rift Herald. As Sunny D is going all in on the J4, Black Shield comes down from the Morgana. J4 ultis in, Sunny D goes back in. Can Karis get the kill on Sunny D? Chipatar is actually going to pick up the kill on the Ringar, and Wardens of the North get 4 deaths for their troubles, then only managed to pick up the kill on Sunny D.
Yeah, and Sunny D honestly went in there really low. I'm not sure if he needed to go back in. I think the Kali could have cleaned up that kill well. Maybe a little greedy on his part. Probably should have just backed off. That could have been a 3 for nothing. But great play by the American Dream, picking up some kills, trying to get their bot lane some gold, and able to stop that Rift Herald from really doing any major damage to the tower. I don't even think it made it there.
As Nar is going to back off and show a little more respect to the Scion now as we sit 14 minutes into the game. Dream to Me sitting at a nice 3-0, definitely coming through big for the American Dream.
Yeah, we can see why this is his signature pick. Very proficient on this champion.
as Sunny D does invade at his blue side, running back up to Mikey. Mikey does throw the ulti down, manages to knock up the J4, and Sunny D is going to get slain by Kapesk on the J4 as Mikey Poo is now forced to 1v2, and the J4 is going to get out. He's going to get away from this as Mikey Poo continues. Oh, he should have kept running back up to tower and kited out and let his team clean up the kill. Big mistake on the J4's part right there.
Yeah, I think he could have definitely got out, let his team pick up the kill. Mikey was 100% dead there. Pretty much no chance once the Silas roamed up too. So I think J4 probably could have lived. Maybe he was going to try to survive it with the Gore Drinker. This Rengar pick has really not been working out for them. 1 and 4 went for the early Ghost Blade, which is I can see why he wants it to pair with the movement speed from the ulti, but just not a lot of damage. He's not really dealing out enough damage right now, and he's not too far behind some of these other players, and there's really not fighting anyone that tanky. He's just not doing enough damage.
Definitely seeing Dream to me show out on the Akali. Misfortune pick has been paying dividends for Wardens in the bot lane as we see a 30 CS lead continue to grow as they have shoved their top lane into the bot lane, and we see a lane swap going as Wardens want to get their bot lane onto Mikey, hopefully to do enough damage to try and even this out.
Yeah, we got Rengar up here. He's taking a look. I think that Rengar and Mikey might be able to at least pick up one kill up there if they can get the engage. We'll have to see though.
Ace to me up my sleeve is forced to flash to get away from the Silas as Sunny D continues to chill in the top lane, looking for an angle here against Warden's bot lane. Not really much he can do here in this situation. Ashe ulti coming in onto the Silas misses. I'm Asian LOL able to go in onto the Silas, but he's going to just walk away, still Alistar ulti for himself, and really not even have to get forced out of the lane, not just yet, with the J4 hovering around, picking up the Scuttle Crab for Wardens.
Yeah, Rengar's finally looking like he's backing. They both had to blow ultimate up there, and they did get the Misfortune flash out, but that's probably worth it in the long run if they can punish that. But if they can't punish that, they just both had to blow ulti for not even a good look at a kill.
As Gnar is sitting on one of I'm Asian LOL's wards, as Wardens are able to get another tower, sitting dead even in kills. Wardens are up 2 towers, sitting at a nice 2k gold lead.
Yeah. Despite the American Dream, being a little behind overall, this Akali is still very scary. 3-0, full mythic completed, got opted for the Rift Maker. This go around, still super scary. Wouldn't really want to catch her on a 1v1, but we'll just have to see how they play, all grouping for the Dragon here now.
The American Dreams were the first to the Dragon Pit, able to set up vision, and barring a miracle, they are able to secure their first Ocean Drag as Wardens look to try to clean this up. Ulti coming in on the Morgana, gonna get knocked up by the Alistar, and I'm Asian LOL able to pick up the kill onto the Morgana. Shut down, going from the Silas onto the Ashe, finally able to get a kill in this bot lane for the American Dream as the American Dream continue to clean up Wardens, and Wardens are going to continue to be forced back into their jungle. Ace up my sleeve has slain the Gnar, able to get 2 kills onto the Ashe as Sunny D continues to look for the Misfortune, and very nicely played from the American Dream in that drag fight.
Yeah, great play. They got there early, secured the drag. Really, not a real solid chance of Warden stealing that. They had the MF ult come over, dealt a lot of damage, especially to that Rengar. Thought they probably could have won that fight there, but Akali coming in, dealing massive damage, great engages on the Alistar. They ended up just cleaning up that fight too. Even after all that, strong start after the drag was already lost. So really well played by the American Dream. That's a good 5v5. That's got to give them a lot of confidence in these later team fights coming down where we really expected them not to do very well at all.
Yes, American Dream able to handle that fight after the drag very well, even with the laners from Wardens being fed, as Dream to me is skirmishing with the Silas in the bot lane. Huge healing. Hourglass comes in on Slushy. Dream to me is in a really bad situation, forced to flash over the wall, but he's fast running out of friends. But I'm Asian LOL on the Alistar able to back him up there, and Dream to me gets himself out of quite a pickle there.
Yeah, flashed in, eat over walls, almost got pinched by 3. But really good skirmish down there. Was looking like he's probably just going to solo kill Silas, except for a pretty good, very good use on that stopwatch by the Silas to block that final ult damage from the Akali.
Very nicely played by Dream to me on the Akali to get out of that situation as he continues to put pressure in the bot lane, as the American Dream are still looking to pick up their first tower, as they have their bot lane and the mid lane, and let's see if they can. Chief Batar is clearing out pink wards. Sunny D gonna catch a Morgana Q straight to the face as Kapesk is forced to flag out of the way. Does get hit by the Ashe ulti though. Sion ulti coming down. Nice black shield from Chief Batar though, and the American Dream are gonna walk out of that situation without a single kill, even with both of those ultis blown. Chief Batar does flash into the bush, tried to hit the Ashe with a Q, and is not going to even land in the same postal code.
Yeah, they had full vision of that too with that ward. A little surprised that he flashed for that. But
As I'm Asian is going all in. Huge misfortune ulti coming in and able to pick up the kill on Sunny D. They are seeing a huge TP coming in from the Gnar, but Mega just ran up, and Misfortune able to get a double kill onto the Akali. Huge shutdown gold going down on to Misfortune as she continues to just free hit members of the American Dream. Mikey Poo is going to get slain as well. Slushy looking to pick up the Ashe as she's ran all out of mana. And there's your Corn Cob ace for Wardens of the North.
Yeah, I think the American Dream played that fight really bad. You had Akali blowing a lot of abilities on J4 there. Ended up being the only member they picked up. Very close to the Misfortune right over there by him. Should have gone in on that, tried to disrupt that a little bit, but Misfortune was able to just free hit, picked up a couple kills, got double bust on her, and now she's just even scarier than before. Looking at a 50 CS lead, 4-1. This Misfortune is going to be a nightmare, especially in these team fights.
Yes, and it was looking like disaster for a second for Wardens of the North with the Narc TP in there, as his Mega just happened to expire, but Wardens able to turn it with huge play from their Misfortune pick, continuing to pay dividends as both sides set up vision for next drag that is spawning just now. Wardens looking for an angle here, caught on vision, nice sweeper coming in, as Wardens are just a little disjointed with the Misfortune picking up another red buff to try and get herself in position to deal massive damage for this upcoming drag fight. I don't know necessarily if the American Dream need to be here in this situation to contest this dragon instead of trying to push out some of these lanes to get a tower.
Yeah, I think they just want to try to keep him from getting soul point, engaged by the Ashe.
Nice ulti coming in on the Ashe, landing on Chipatar. Misfortune ulti incoming, dealing huge damage to the American Dream front line as they look to clean up the American Dream here. Huge Silas ulti coming in, haven't picked up the ulti off of the Alistar as he's looking for a potential pentakill here. Let's go. Wardens of the North looking for more. Not quite going to be able to get the pentakill just yet. Quadra-kill coming in for Slushy on the Silas. Trying to catch up to Dream to me, but he's going to get out of there. Huge, huge play for Wardens of the North as they're able to get the Ocean Drag here.
Yeah, once again, American Dreams got to Dragon first, but they're so split, so disjointed. You've got Ashe standing up in the blue side jungle, red side, blue side jungle, and she's just so caught out. She starts DPSing onto the Gnar. They end up getting him, but she's just all by her lonesome, and they just jump on her. The Silas jumps on her, blows her up in 2 seconds, and she's got no chance. And after that, Wardens just run right over that fight, get the dragon, get the bot tower. And, like, very well played by Wardens.
As Wardens continue to balloon their gold lead, stacking 3 drags and 5 towers. Very nicely played there by Slushy on the Silas. Ash ulti coming, not going to land onto the Misfortune. Looks to me like the American Dream are trying to make a play here to try and turn this around before it gets too out of control. Not quite much that they can do there as Gnar continues to stack Mega here, looking at a possible engage on the Scion.
They got Jarvan roaming up, looking for the gank. I think American Dream at this point is just desperate to get a tower. They still haven't got one. It's 5-0.
As J4 does not quite want to be in this situation. A lot of CC coming in for the American Dream as J4 is going to get slain by the Akali. Very nice pick there by the American Dream. They need to continue to try and find these picks to try and claw their way back into this game if they want to have any hope of picking up the win here.
Yeah, that was a great play. That's exactly what they needed to do. They had vision of the J4 going top. They all moved up there, had numbers advantage, and got a kill.
Oh my god, this Misfortune damage is just melting the Alistar, forced to pop the ulti there. That is a lot of damage for this MF, who has just been able to continue to grow leads throughout this game, as American Dream are looking to try and
my
fight
goodness.
this Gnar under tower. Not quite the situation you want to see them in, as the Misfortune does just run straight up. Nice Ashe ulti landing onto the Morgana. The American Dream are able to pick themselves up a kill here. Very nicely played. Dream to me looking to try and get this a kill onto the Silas, but nice response from Wardens of the North to try and turn this fight back around. J4 does come back up, does have the boost from Scuttle Crab, as the American Dream are forced out of this situation as Silas continues to hunt them down. Kapesk looking for the kill onto Dream to me. Ulti lands. Hourglass forced to be popped by Dream to me as he continues to try and outplay the situation. I'm Asian LOL coming in for the backup. Does knock J4 over the wall. Very nicely played. But while that was all going down, Wardens of the North are looking to secure Baron here and continue to grow this gold lead.
Yeah, like it's been like this all game. It seems like every time the American Dream makes a good play, they just end up throwing away some other fight. Very well played to get the Akali out by the support. I'm Asian, but at that point you're giving up Baron. You've already got teammates dead. You've already lost this fight, so it's a little too late on that part of it. And Sunny D just throwing away red buffs to a support. But we'll see.
Very nicely played by Chief Petard to pick himself up a red buff. Sunny D is screaming right now as he just stood there in the bush for a second. Very nicely played by Warden's part there to pick up the Baron. Even with their J4 chasing down the Akali, they were able to melt Baron with the Misfortune just doing so much damage that they were able to pick it up even without their jungler there, as Chief Petard is playing a little cocky there in Red Side's jungle with the Scion.
Yeah, I'm looking at where we're looking at. We've got a very weak Rengar, does not even have Mythic yet, and a very strong Misfortune and Silas.
This Misfortune is so fed right now and so confident. She is even a level up on Dream to me that she's not even scared to walk into blue side jungle and take blue buff right out of Dream to me's face. Not even afraid of being executed now.
Almost 4K up on the enemy ADC, looking at 13.5 to less than 10 on the Ashe. Insane.
As Sunny D goes all in on this Misfortune, Misfortune able to almost get herself a double kill here. And we're seeing this blue side first pick Misfortune just carry the game for Wardens. I would not be surprised to see that picked or banned away next game, depending on where the American Dream go, as Wardens push down into the American Dream base and are able to get their first inhib with Baron buff.
Yeah, they're just pushing in on all sides. We might see a no tower game here from the American Dream. They just have not been able to get any pressure on these towers. They've been getting just wiped all over the map. They can't push any lanes in. They've got just a terrifying mid and bot lane. And now this is going to be Ocean Soul.
Ocean Soul does go over to Wardens, and as we talked about, we needed to see more picks secured off of this Rengar Akali double assassin team comp that the American Dream drafted themselves into, and not quite able to turn it the way that they wanted it to go with their team comp.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you like that is to be said, the Akali is fairly strong, 7-2, pretty decent in farm. Rengar super behind. You've got your bot lane and Ashe almost over a full item behind the the misfortune here. So like it doesn't matter how fed like you get if you got a misfortune that's got 270 CS, you know what I mean? 6 kills and 3 items by the time your ADC has, two. That's just going to be a problem. It doesn't really matter.
As we saw, the misfortune just straight Chad walked into the American Dream jungle and took the blue buff right out of Akali's face. As Wardens continue to keep the pressure up on the American Dream, looking to try and push down this mid tower. I have to
Yeah,
see how the American Dream will respond to this. They are sending the Rengar top lane to deal with the solo pushing Gnar as the wave finally does reach the American Dream's base. As the Ashe ulti does land on the Sylas. Sion ulti does land as well, but Misfortune is doing covering fire with her ulti, and the American Dream are not able to capitalize on picking off the Sylas with the Ashe ulti, and Mikey Poo's going to pay for it with his life.
Yeah, not just Mikey, but Alistar too. Ashe engage, onto the the Silas there, and Meth backs up, just unleashes what seems like a hail of howitzers on the on the American Dream, just leveling two of their tankier members in what seems like instant. Just so strong on this misfortune pick, and they're just gonna push into the base.
Wardens are looking to close this game out as they do have 2 inhibitors down and are going to go ahead and try and finish this game off as fast as they can. Looking for the hero play on the American Dream side. Misfortune does pick up the Rengar. Dream to me does have to blow his hourglass. Nice execution coming in on the Morgana. Maybe a little too late as 4 members of the Wardens are still really tanky. Both Nexus towers down. Mikey Poo on the respawn, instantly slain by 99 Slushy, and Wardens are going to take game 1.
Absolute smash. Just insane. Once they got to the 5v5, you had the Silas really skilled well, even after being down a little bit in the mid lane. The Misfortune just insanely ahead. I'd love to see the damage chart on this Misfortune to see just about how much damage she did. It was probably nuts. But yeah, absolutely insane damage. Um, 30,000 more than the next closest member in the Akali. Insane pick. I'd be surprised if the American Dream stays on red side if they don't ban that. We'll see if they might want it, but I doubt Wardens lets that through either. They know how devastating that pick can be. I would not be surprised to see just a straight up ban.
Astronomical damage coming in on the Misfortune pick. Really, draft misplays were the story for game 1 for the American Dream, letting the Misfortune go to blue side. Huge mistake on their part, and then to draft 2 assassins to try and deal with it, and we're not able to get the assassins onto the Misfortune. As we saw in that last fight, all Misfortune had to do was back up, let her tank frontline deal with them, and unload with the ulti.
Yeah, absolutely insane damage. Just bonkers. The Misfortune posted in the chat looking at 5.4 base damage on that ulti by the end of the game there. That is insane. Just absolutely shredding through all those tanks. She's really walking around just dropping that ult and questioning, wait, you're supposed to be tanky? Because I'm pretty sure I killed you just as fast as the Ashe. And just a great play by the Wardens, really coming out with a fire after their loss last week.
Wardens to me came out in game one swinging, trying to avenge their loss in week one and putting the American Dream in a deficit 1-0 as we look to get set up for game two. Let's go ahead and switch to a quick break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, welcome back, everybody, to ELU as we get set for Game 2 between Wardens and the American Dream. Wardens started out Game 1 with a very convincing Game 1 win.
Yeah, very well drafted, very well executed. Not surprising to see first van comes out from the American Dream. That misfortune. Absolutely dominating the first game, dealing insane damage, 30,000 more damage than the next closest person with on Dreams Akali. Absolute just stomp on the part of the misfortune.
As we go ahead and get into picks and bans, the American Dream are going to go ahead and take blue side and Wardens on red. The American Dream, though, are banning Misfortune and Kha'Zix, and Wardens are banning Fiora. Again, I think this is draft misplay from the American Dream. I don't know if their ADC, Ace Up My Sleeve, is just not comfortable on the Misfortune, but they're going to go ahead and ban it away.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to do a draft redo. Something's going on. Wardens of the North have not been able to ban the Fiora. Looks like not a ban that they wanted to come through. So we're gonna have to redo this draft. So they're getting that set back up, and we'll get it set up pulled back up as soon as we get the spectator link. So we do apologize for the brief delay, some sort of issue on the Warden's banning side. So we'll go ahead and get this set up. But
As we are on wait for that draft link, Nightmare Seta, what does the American Dream need to do here in this draft to get themselves into a position to try and even out this series?
First off, I just think they need to decide if they want a hard assassin kind of blow 'em up comp, or like if they're going to play more standard. I think the assassin comp for them really did not work. I think you maybe draft one. I'd put Dream on the Akali. The Rengar did not work out. I would not keep him on that pick. I know it's kind of his signature pick, but if it's not on tonight, I don't know if I might try something else. Maybe another DPS jungler style pick, or maybe just something tanky and we throw maybe some more DPS somewhere else. Potentially top lane if Mikey Poo is comfortable on it. But I say drop the Rengar, draft some more AP, and we might have get rid of the MF for sure, and we might have a more competitive series on our hand.
Yes, the American Dream tried to go with a middle-of-the-road path between two different team comps, and it didn't quite work out for them in Game 1. But I hope to see them rebound in Game 2 and try and notch a win and try and get this series back on track as we are waiting still for the spectator link.
Yeah, it looks
for
like they're already
draft.
getting going. Coming out, we can see it on the stream. Looking at an MF band first, LeBlanc band coming in second from Wardens of the North, American Dream band's Kha'Zix, and Irelia. So other than the MF, looking fairly similar to last game. Not surprising the MF is coming through. And they're banning out the Silas too, which is actually fairly surprising. I guess they really didn't like that either. What are your thoughts, Ruckus?
Just 1 second as I get it pulled up on my screen. Solid bans for the American Dream as Wardens continue to ban away the Irelia. Not scared of the Akali, even though it was successful for the American Dream in the first half of Game 1. As we see the American Dream first pick the Hecarim. I apologize, we are having a little bit of difficulty with production right now.
give us just 1 second. Looking at waiting for Warden's first pick to come through. They only got a couple seconds left, and it's going to be the Trundle pick. So Hecarim and the Trundle jungle matchup. We saw Trundle do really well yesterday on the hands of Solomon Khan, so we'll see how Warden pilots this champion today.
We are having a little bit of problems with the stream currently, so just bear with us as we try and iron this out for game 2 with Wardens picking up the Aphelios. We're going to have to see how this works out for them, considering picks and bans with a Sivir and a Malphite, and counter pick going onto red side. Let's see how they respond to this initial speedy all-in comp from the American Dream, as they do put Chief Patar on the Thresh. Very good pickup for Wardens here. He is very handy on the Thresh.
Most played champions. It's one of his more kind of iconic picks, so to speak. Really kind of excited to see kind of how this goes for him. Let's just take a quick look at stats. He's got about 100 games played on Aphelios, so very experienced with it. Positive win rate. Really likes the champion, especially here recently. So I'm not. We'll just see how this kind of comes through. Aphelios can really take over games.
Yes, we're going to have to see how Karis and Chief Patar handle these Aphelios. Very comfortable picks for Wardens on the Aphelios and the Thresh. As we continue to apparently have issues here with drafting, Solomon Khan, can you give us some insight into what is happening with this draft situation?
Right, that last ban that they missed was supposed to be a Akali ban.
All right, thank you for the insight, Solomon Khan, doing an outstanding observing job for us today. As the American Dream finish up their bans with a Diana and Gnar. And the Tahm Kench will be picked up by Wardens of the North. Gonna see how this handles out. Very tanky team comp so far for Wardens, as the American Dream do put I'm Asian LOL on Yuumi. Not one of his standard iconic picks for I'm Asian. Gonna see how this pairs out with the Sivir. A lot of engage for the American Dream.
Yeah, I'm liking the American Dreams draft a lot better this game. A little more damage. Need to see some AP mid lane like good Orianna. They drafted team fighting. They've got some Wombo combo. They've got Malphite Orianna. They got Hecarim Orianna. They got Yuumi Hecarim and Yuumi Malphite. Really liking it. I'm thinking Malphite's going to have a really rough time into Kench top lane. Really major bully there. They got the Thresh disengage. So it's really just going to be what kind of flanks can they get. But they've got a lot of options with the Orianna delivery system on the side of the American Dream. Overall, I'm loving this draft from them. Way better than I liked their draft last time. They've got a good damage profile. They've got a lot of options to win team fights compared to last game where they really just had to get ahead early, and when they didn't, the game just kind of fell apart.
as Wardens round out their draft with the Syndra in the mid lane into the Orianna from the American Dream side. I have to agree with you. I really like this comp from the American Dream as they play sort of a more standard comp than the one they did last time. I think it's going to be big for them to try and get into the mid and late game and try and create some wombo here with the Malphite, Orianna, and the Hecarim. It could be big for them. They have to make sure they don't get too far behind early, and this could be their path to victory here as we get set to get onto the Rift.
Yeah, I think the American Dream has a much better chance this go around. I'm really excited to see what kind of wombos they pull out. Like Hecarim. So
Saying that they cannot hear us. Did the sound go out on the... Trying to figure this out. Can they not hear us?
I'm still hearing you on stream, Troy. I just checked it.
Okay. Okay, they can hear us now. All right, we're good. We're all set to go here.
Yeah, thanks, Glarx, for bringing that to our attention. Looks like we are having some issues with the I think they dodged the game here, so we'll have to see. It looks like we're gonna have to go through this draft again, so we're a little bit delayed. Like we said, first game, it wouldn't be a spawn of Scuffed League if it wasn't totally scuffed.
Yikes! As you can definitely tell, this is a rivalry weekend with War hates orphan puppies. You hate to see it. That's messed up, man. As it looks like I'm Asian did not pick and draft as we are getting back into it here.
Yeah, hopefully they can zippity-doo-dah here through the drafts, not take up too much time with these bans and drafts. Hopefully we can get this one started here soon. But quite the scuffed game to start here. But what is your opinion on this game, Troy? Ruckus, what do you think is going to go through? How do you think this one's going to play out?
Exposed. I think the American Dream definitely have a better path to victory here than in Game 1. It was too much of a burger flip, really, for Game 1 with both assassins. But a much more standard comp here. I think it's going to play a lot better for them. It's going to be really dependent on if they can get through laning phase with some of these tougher matchups like the Malphite into Tom Kinch, and try to get it to late game. Try to get some good team fights going along with the Wombo combo that the American Dream has drafted for themselves, and try to get themselves out of any potential harm with having to deal with Wardens of the North sitting on strong comfort picks from the Aphelios and the Thresh. It's going to be a really interesting bot lane matchup that we're going to have to keep our eyes on.
Yeah, I really like the kind of parity among the champions. We got a lot of engage on the side of the American Dream, a lot of safety and disengage on the side of Wardens. You got the Tomkinch ulti that can protect most likely either the Aphelios or the Syndra from these engage. But I think the American Dream, what I like about their comp is they just have so many options. Like when you have two Oriana ball delivery systems that you can choose from, you can choose a Hecarim ult or a Malphite ult. That is just insanely strong, and Yumi can be on top of either one of them, and you're just getting layers on layers of CC and just insane damage. So if Oriana and Sivir can get ahead, and Malphite and Hecarim can get some damage damage on Hecarim and tank up a little bit on Malphite, I really think they've just got too many options that the Tom Kench ult and the Thresh disengage probably won't be enough. So I think laning phase is going to be super important on the side of the American, on the side of Wardens of the North.
I have to agree, as this time I'm Asian LOL does get his pick in, and we can finally go ahead and start to get ourselves into the spectator delay. Solomon Khan, I want you to go ahead and give me your thoughts on the team comp that Wardens has drafted for themselves and how it matches up for this Wombo combo that the American Dream have.
Yeah, I think the Wardens comp is just a fairly simple standard comp. I tend to favor that one a bit more, and I think they have decent disengage for what the American Dream would like to do. I'm running in. I I think they're going to be fine.
Right. We'll have to see how it shakes up. I would imagine that once we get into game, we'll see a standard 5-point from both teams this time around, as the American Dream won't be looking to try and get an early snowball going. Just try to get through laning phase and make some leads and try to get the better of Wardens in some team fights. It's going to be really important that the American Dream respawn well from game one. Try and keep a mental edge here. Realize that you can go down game one. Just need to reverse sweep and win games 2 and 3, and try and stay cool, calm, and collected, and get some wins under their belt. It's week one for them. But even though it is week one, you don't want to be digging yourself out of a hole come playoff times because of dropping games early on.
Yeah, this is, I would consider, especially for the series, this one is, you got to win this one for the series, of course. But just kind of for the mental edge going forward, I would say you don't want to drop 3 games week one. That's pretty demoralizing, especially when everyone else has already had a week to play a game. Now you're going into your second round of games, just behind. It might have been a disadvantage to have that week one bye, even with getting to see everyone else play and how they want to do, because they're just not looking as synergized overall. I mean, they are playing with 2 subs, but overall just not looking as synergized as Wardens are.
And for sure, I think we need to give props to Wardens as well, because they did get 3 games swept in week one, and they came out game one here against the American Dream and really took it to them. The American Dream really just were not able to get off the ground in game one. I really liked the response from Wardens after a tough week one to show that, hey, they're not done here. They're one of our new expansion teams in ELU. They have some old faces on them. But I really like the response. I want to see if they can keep up that intensity for game 2 versus the American Dream, and potentially try and go ahead and close this out maybe with a 2-0 victory, and try and just experiment game 3 maybe even with some different draft picks.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you already, once you take the series, I mean, every game does matter. So they might just try to smack them, bring their record back to 50-50. But Wardens really, we'll just have to see how they play it. They've got the disengage. We'll see how it plays out. I think, like I said, laning phase is going to be crucial.
It's definitely going to be a huge uh, a detriment if the American Dream get down early in this game. It's going to be hard for them to claw themselves back up. I think Karis and Chief Patar could potentially be carving themselves out as one of the top within the top four bot lanes inside of ELU if they continue to put on a strong performance here in Game 2. As we are finished with our spectator delay and are loading in now. As we load onto the Rift for Game 2 of the American Dream versus Wardens of the North. I expect to see standard 5 points for both teams, not try and necessarily suss each other out like they did in Game 1, and go ahead and get into the laning phase.
Neither team is particularly super strong early, so I would, especially at like level 1, so I wouldn't be surprised to see not a lot of like CC, but we're looking at the American Dream grouping hard as 5 up here in the top lane again, or top side again.
I'm going to have to go ahead and apologize. Are you able to watch the stream right now through Discord Seta?
No, I'm watching it through Twitch.
Okay. We're just going to continue to try and iron out some issues here with
Until then, we'll be probably just a few seconds behind on the calls, but we're gonna push through in standard Scuff League style. And
it is time that we move past Scuff League and fully embrace ELU as we finally are able to get back in on the action with our observer. Really appreciate the hard work that you're doing for us, Solomon Khan, and ironing out these problems as both teams start their jungle camps on the bottom side of the map and we get into laning phase. So far, Malphite actually able to have a little bit of a CS lead, even though you would think that Tom Kinch would have the better of him in that matchup.
Yeah, we'll see. Malphite's level 1's pretty strong. I think coming, 2, 3, and 4, we're gonna see Tom Kench really smack him around a little bit. Got a lot of poke coming out, from this bot lane early.
As the Wardens of the North do hit level 2 first and have to force the flash out of the Sivir as that Chief Patar could just straight Chad walk up to Ace Up My Sleeve, knowing that he's going to get the level 2 advantage off first, and he only has to hook one target to be able to get into the fight against the American Dream bot lane.
Yeah, that was a great look level 2. They hit the early level 2 and gave it a look. That's all you. I mean, ended up missing. They started the call on the bot side for Warden, so they're really looking to kind of farm this one up a little bit. But overall, you gotta get the advantage. You take the look, and I really like the attempt.
As Wardens of the North are invading Sunny D. Kapesk able to get the Gromp away from Sunny D as he dances around his own Trundle Pindle. Not anywhere that he can go. Flash does go on to Sunny D. First blood going to Wardens of the North. Mikey Poo is in a bad situation. Forced to flash over the wall as Wardens of the North just had too many members there for the American Dream to deal with after Sunny D did go down.
Yeah, I think Sunny D re-engaged that a little early. We saw Sums blown on, Flash on Malphite, and Ghost on Hecarim. I think it was just surprising how low Sunny D actually was compared to the Trundle, and he didn't get the buff either. Trundle was able to get the blue away from him, and then it was able to just run him down. It looked like he might have been able to get away, but he went back in, seeing that his teammates were coming. I think he needed to wait just a little longer. They weren't quite there yet, but great roams by Wardens as well to be there, and no chance of any counter kill from the American Dream.
Really like the tempo that Wardens of the North is playing with right now. Keeping up this intensity into game two is important for them to try and snowball a lead already over the American Dream and try and put this game out of reach before the American Dream can try and scale into late game. Uh, Very nicely played by Wardens to pick up that first blood there. Definitely showing the synergy, getting the mid laner and the top lane there as well as Karis continues to poke out this American Dream bot lane, not having a good time right now.
Yeah, looking at about a 10 CS lead for the Aphelios over the Sivir there. He's got the coal. He wants to farm this up, but he's not letting that stop him from taking some licks on some damage here. But so we'll see how this Aphelios. He's trying to scale. He wants to deal some damage late game. So we'll be pretty excited to see, kind of how this transitions. Cole seeming like a good buy since they can't really punish the lack of health on this so far.
Solomon Khan, if you do not mind, for the people watching at home with us, rearranging the scoreboard to keep it a little easier to read as we get underway here. Um, Very strong showing from this Wardens of the North bot lane early on in this match. I really, like I said, I like the intensity there. He does have the coal, like you said. He is looking to scale up, but not afraid to take these trade situations when they're presented to him. Especially through the play that Chief Patar is putting down so far on this Thresh. As Sunny D does have the angle around on the Syndra, continues to go in, and Syndra is able to walk away there. Very nice scatter of the week there to push the Hecarim off the mark.
Yeah, pushed him under turret. Didn't have a ball there, but just great heads up play. Knocks him under the turret. He takes a turret shot. Still gets pushed out, but and you got Trundle hovering around, and another gank down here on the bot lane.
Heal goes in already for Wardens of the North, and it looks like the Tom Kench was able to stop the teleport from going down from. Excuse me, I believe I'm getting a little mixed up on where the TP was coming from, but very nicely played by Wardens of the North in the bot lane. Because Hecarim was straight speeding down there. It looked like he could potentially get an angle on this shield going out on Ace Up My Sleeve on the Sivir.
We look on the mini map here. We see Trundle going around trying to take another look at this Hecarim. He's been invading a lot. He's got a controller at Hecarim's red. He is not scared of Hecarim at all.
Down on the Orianna, has to force a flash out. 999 Slushy picking up the kill with the clutch ulti on Dream to me.
Yeah, flash ulti, nice gank by Trundle, slowing him down with the pillar. Great follow up from the Syndra, taking a lead, shoving it in, and now they're going to be able to step back, cash that gold. It also allowed 999 Slushy to even up that gold from the minions as well.
Very nicely played by Wardens in the early minutes of this game 2 match, as they are already sitting on a 1.5k gold lead, just under 8 minutes into the game.
Yeah, this one got off a lot quicker than the last one. Already 2 kills at 8 minutes. Where Trundle looks like he's probably taken first drag here. So Warden's playing a lot more dominant here early than the little back and forth they had going on early in game 1.
Yes, Warden's looking to try and end this game as quickly as possible, to try and take the 2-0 lead over the American Dream. As Malphite is doing about as well as he can into this Tom Kench top lane matchup, doing a lot better than we thought he would be doing going into game 2.
Yeah, as you pointed, as Nutsushi has to chat, yeah, Ori did ult the Syndra TP. That was the TP coming through bot lane, and that was canceled by Ori.
Thank you for pointing that out, as I got a little tongue-tied trying to keep up with the action that was going on there in the bot lane. As wet noodle fight continues to happen in these top lane matchups, I want to quickly take a second to kind of try and talk about as never mind as the Tom Kench is going to get the better of Mikey Poo. Very nice kill pick up there for the Tom Kench. Very nicely played, getting the better of Mikey Poo there.
Yeah, gobbled up the rock, walked him over to turret, spit him out. Mikey Poo burns the ultimate, does go on cooldown. This wasn't enough to get him away. Like I mentioned earlier, like very tough lane. Tom Kench is a very strong skirmisher. As despite how tanky he is, he still deals out a lot of damage. So I'm not surprised to see Malphite having some trouble into that matchup.
I would like to see the American Dream try and keep their composure here, as they don't know that Sunny D is here yet. Nice ulti going onto the Hecarim. The American Dream managed to pick up the kill on Chief Batar, looking for more. They are going to get the double kill on the Hecarim. Very nicely played there with the Yuumi speed up, ulti over the wall, double kill for Sunny D. As Wardens of the North drops Rift Herald in the mid lane, they're going to be able to pick up first tower here.
Yeah, great play down Hecarim, ulting over that wall, picking up 2 kills on this for the side of the American Dream. They need to get these. They need to get these kills early. They need to be able to stay in this game. They're down 20 CS bot lane. They cannot afford another runaway AD carry for the Wardens. He's, like we said, very comfortable on Aphelios. Aphelios can deal a lot of damage late game. They can't really afford to let him just run over this game again.
As Mikey Poo has the happy feet in the top lane to avoid the tongue of Tom Kench. Very nicely played there as well. Sunny D caught on a ward there. Otherwise, he was looking at potentially another double kill on the bot lane. As very nice ward placement from Chief Batar there to go ahead and suss that out before Hecarim was able to get the engage on them.
I like the focus here from the Hecarim on the bot side of the map. Their bot lane just absolutely ran over that game, trying to put them down, get some help on his bot lane early, and hopefully allow this Sivir to scale up instead of the Aphelios.
Yes, I like the focus of Sunny D in the bot lane as well, because I feel like if the American Dream are going to have any hope of trying to pick up a win here, they should play through their bot lane. Playing through the bot lane is huge for the American Dream. If you can get the Sivir ahead, that allows I'm Asian LOL to try and roam around on the map, maybe on base recalls on the Yuumi onto Hecarim, to try and make a numbers advantage in these other lanes later on in the game. As Wardens shove this lane into the bot lane tower, managed to get a couple of plates early on. A huge gold lead, possibly for Kars and Chief Batar, even though they are down 1 kill. Yes, they are still up 1k gold on the Aphelios.
Yeah, so that's what we're looking at here. This is the power of farming. You got the Aphelios, he's 20 CS up, almost over 1,000 gold just on him. Thresh is up a couple hundred gold himself, and looking at
Very
another
nice catch out by Slushy and Kapesk onto Sunny D in his own jungle. I really like the roam there and the communication on Wardens to be able to pick out this Trundle this Hecarim once again in this jungle, giving Sunny D fits.
Absolutely, great coordination. You got the top laner down here. You got just walking over it. Just stunning up the Hecarim. Hecarim really has no control over his own jungle right now. He's already been killed twice inside his own jungle, and he's down 10 CS for it, and they just stole another buff off of him.
Yes, and Wardens of the North are going to pick up Mountain Drag on Spawn Timer with the help of the Tom Kench there, as Slushy picks up the CS. Mikey was free farming under tower there. Very nicely played by Wardens there to go ahead and get vision before Dragon, pick off the Hecarim in the jungle, and then secure that drag and continue to snowball this lead for Wardens.
I'm really liking the way Wardens is playing this out.
Uh-oh, Sunny D trying to get onto Slushy. Nice stun there from the Syndra. Not able to get on top of her. Tom Kinch there for backup as well. Very nicely played from Slushy on the Syndra.
Yeah, you got Hecarim looking for a move there, but didn't really have a chance. Scatter of the week pushes him back. This is the disengage we're talking about. We'll see what's going to win out this one, disengage or engage. We'll have to see what kind of flanks the American Dream can get here come team fighting time. But right now, Wardens really dominating this laning phase exactly like they needed to if they wanted this to run away with this game too.
Yes, and just looking at the mini-map, we can even see that Wardens have done a very nice job of controlling vision around that red buff side of the map for the American Dream. I would like to see them try and take back some vision control to try and stop this from happening even in the first place, to try and catch some members of Wardens of the North on wards to keep them from invading their own jungler.
Yeah, their jungler basically has no jungle whatsoever. Trundle has been just any chance he wants, anytime he wants, he can just wander in there. Hecarim can do absolutely nothing to stop him. He's got the Divine Sunder finished. Hecarim has no Mythic. It's just that simple.
Yes, as the Tom Kinch does get the wave shoved up, possible dive situation with the Trundle sitting there. We know he's not afraid to pull the trigger on these kinds of plays. I like the aggressiveness from Wardens as the Trundle continues to go into the jungle here and clear out vision.
Yeah, Trundle clearing out vision. Didn't place any. Didn't have a pink ward at the time. But looking for camps to steal. Hecarim down bot lane though.
Hecarim looking for a play onto this bot lane here. Nice TP coming in from Wardens to try and get some backup here. Nice Thresh Lantern to get his ADC out of that situation. Very nice respawn by Wardens of the North there. Was looking pretty dicey there for a second with that Hecarim engage, but the American Dream not able to capitalize there.
Yeah, not able to capitalize. Hero, Thresh Lantern, and ulti. I don't know if you we noticed here over on the side here. Aphelios did not even have to burn Flash to get out of that.
That is so huge for Wardens of the North and very nice coordinated gameplay between this bot lane as we do have the Hecarim engaging once again and finally able to get another kill onto the Aphelios as Chief Patar does have to burn Flash here. Syndra, though, is going to be able to clean up and possibly get the kill. Very nicely played by Syndra, able to pick up the kill on the Orianna. Wardens did drop Rift Herald top lane and bust that tower wide open to once again get 2 towers to the American Dream's 0.
Yeah, nice pickup on the Aphelios kill. He's down. He's 0-2 and 1 right now, but he is still up 25 CS, so he's still looking strong with the gold. He's got his Mythic already. He's finished the call. He's still looking very, hefty in gold. And now we've got the Syndra with 3 kills. Dream mid lane, not looking as good once you take him off some of his signature picks. They banned them both out this game. They left the Akali open last game. Kind of wasn't able to run away with it. Still looking very strong in a game where Wardens was fairly dominant the entire time. Banded out this game, not looking as strong on a more teamfight oriented pick like Orianna.
The American Dream are forced to almost exclusively play through their bot lane to try and create some sort of advantage for themselves, but Wardens, in the meantime, looking very strong, able to make plays all over the map as they have ballooned their lead up to 4K gold. Very nicely played by Wardens to continue to keep up this intensity, as even the Tom Kinch is forcing Hecarim out of his own jungle. And very nice control by Wardens in this red side jungle here as members of the American Dream try to get in position to stop them from continuing to bully this Hecarim pick.
Yeah, not only that, what they're here, whole team, as 5 is here, 20 seconds early, looking for this Ocean Drag. They're like, we want to get on Soul Point now.
Nice ulti by the Aphelios to try and get on top of the Hecarim. Yumi ulti not able to connect on members of War as double kill for Slushy on the Syndra. And they're going to get themselves their third drag as they look to try and secure, get on Ocean Soul Point here.
And that second kill really nice hook on that Orianna by Sniper Elite Chief Patar there. Dude just he's pretty nutty on this Thresh pick. Doesn't miss a lot of hooks and just helps him picking up kills. Really bad play around that dragon there from the American Dream. Got there
Kapesk
late.
is not quite done here. Nice pillar lands onto the Sivir. Does have to force the flash out, but I don't think that the American Dream needed to be put in that situation in the first place. I think they need to get some clear communication between what is going on with their members when you have a Malphite solo pushing in the top lane, securing their first tower. You don't necessarily need to be taking a 4v5 fight with these fed members from Wardens of the North. Try and push these lanes out. Try and even out the CS difference that we're seeing in the mid lane and the bot lane. Don't put yourself in a losing position fighting a odd number fight at Dragon.
Yeah, it's not Soul Point. It's not Soul. It is Soul Point.
Nice ulti landing on the Malphite onto Karis, and he's going to get picked off here by the American Dream. Very nice play by Mikey on the Malphite, and Ace Up My Sleeve able to secure a kill here in the bot lane.
Yeah, nice heads up play by the American Dream. A little bit of an overstay from Aphelios, gets him killed. He's still pretty high up in gold, but keep dying like that, and you're gonna give that gold right back. But like you were saying before, like not really a reason to fight around that drag. Kind of just taking a losing fight when you're already behind. Not really what you want to see. Probably better off just trying to get some items, trying to get some farm, and trying to group his 5 a little later on.
As Kapesk continues to invade Sunny D's jungle, the pillar does stop Hecarim from ulting over that right there, but very nice heads-up play by I'm Asian LOL to jump onto the Hecarim, throw out the ulti, and keep his team members alive and prevent them from throwing another kill over to this already overfed Syndra.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Hecarim probably should have ran as soon as he saw Trundle. He's got no business being anywhere near Trundle. Trundle has clapped him every time they've came into contact with each other. He just kind of needs to stay away, farm up, tank up, and be a Orianna delivery system here come late game.
I have to wholeheartedly agree with you. We need to give some props where praise is due. I really like the way that the American Dreams bot lane has conducted themselves this game. 0 deaths between both of them. Both of them have been able to make some plays to try and keep the American Dream in this game and keep the gold lead from ballooning out of control as Sunny D is not going to get himself out of that situation as Syndra picks up her 6th kill.
Yeah, way too far up. You need to be more scared, Hecarim. You are unafraid. You need to be afraid. You are way too far up. Nobody can save you there, and you once again get picked off. Just right outside your own jungle. And now they're looking at Baron now because now you're dead, and you may have just kind of solo given this away.
I like that the Wardens of the North are going to go ahead and try and burn this Baron down quickly. 3 members of the American Dream are there as Slushy tries to keep Ace Up My Sleeve out of the pit. Nice ulti coming out by I'm Asian on the Yuumi. Not quite much more that they can do there as both him and Malphite blew their ultis, and Syndra is going to continue to keep them zoned out of here. Here comes Hecarim now, not going to ult into the drag pit. He's going to make Karis flee away as Dream to Me has slain Chief Patar. Nicely done there to pick up some kills as Wardens of the North continue to slay the last remaining members of the American Dream, leaving just Dream to Me there. But Tom Kinch is on the prowl, and Wardens of the North are going to manage to pick up that Baron as they continue to chase Dream to Me down here in this situation. Kapesk is on the flank, though. I don't think Dream's going to be able to get out of this without blowing Flash. not quite enough follow-up there by Wardens, and they're just going to be happy that they got that Baron buff reset and continue to take the fight to the American Dream here.
Yeah, they got 15 seconds till Dragon. They've got the Baron buff up for it. Great Baron by Wardens. They never let that Baron reset. They took enough of them stepped off it to take the fight. Trundle kept running over, often enough to keep that Baron in combat so that it didn't regain that much health. And they were not doing it fast enough. Hecarim got back up. I thought they might have been on a losing side of that one, but Wardens proved me wrong.
As Chief Patar is able to just walk out of that situation. Ulti coming in on the Malphite, able to catch 3 members of Wardens out, but Kars is going to pick off Mikey Poo there as the rest of the American Dream were just not in position to capitalize on that as Orianna did not have a ball on her. Slushy's going to pick off the Sivir over the wall, and it looks like Wardens are going to pick up Soul Point here, barring a miracle play from Sunny D. Here comes the ulti. A little too late, though, as Wardens will go ahead and pick up the Ocean Soul.
Yeah, they're not communicating well. It seems like on the side of the American Dream. Mikey on this Malphite is getting the knockups, just does not have the Orianna ball on him for the follow-up. Just really struggling with kind of their own wombo. As Khan mentioned earlier, he liked the disengage comp. It seems like a little easier to execute, and it seems like the easiness to execute is kind of what maybe the American Dream needs to go for, because they've got...
Sunny D continues to make the great escape here. Don't run that way, Sunny. Very nicely played by Sunny D, going ring around the rosy around the entire map, avoiding Kapesk on the Trundle, and even managing to get past Chipatar, even after he managed to ward up their entire jungle. Sunny D gets out of there alive. Very nicely done, sir.
Yeah. Wasn't able to get the drag, but didn't die for it. So, we'll take those, I guess. Take small victories. Call those the thin silver linings. But it's still not looking good. That is a very, very early Ocean Soul. It is an Ocean Soul just like last game. We're looking at a very large gold league on the side of Wardens. I'm not really sure how much wombo combo that the American Dream can need in one fight to even potentially win one. I'm not sure that they'll be able to. We're looking at...
Yet another Trundle invade onto Hecarim's jungle. Does manage to get the ulti off this time. Tom Kinch does manage to save the Syndra for just a second. Mikey Poo picking up the 1,000 gold shutdown onto the Syndra, though. But it looks like the bot lane from Wardens of the North are going to continue to clean up the rest. Very nice pillar by the Trundle onto Mikey Poo, as Kapesk is just sitting here free hitting Mikey, and they're going to go ahead and pick him off as well, leaving just Dream to me. Nice flash by Chipatar to get under tower, and they're going to pick up Dream to me as well. Wardens of the North just too far ahead here.
Yeah, that was a 4v5. It was a nice pick on the Syndra, ruining that KDA. I'm sure 999 doesn't really care as long as they get the win, but, really, now they're just going to march this one in. They did not even have Aphelios in that fight. He was just busy pushing towers. He got 2 towers top while the rest of his team was winning a team fight down towards in the bot side jungle.
Yes, I did get a name mix up there, but a very crucial play by Chief Patar there, a member of Wardens of the North bot lane, to put his team in a good position there to go ahead and try and close out this game too. Very nicely done by Wardens of the North. As Sunny D continues to go in here, not going to be able to get away from the Trundle pillar, as Wardens of the North continue to pick off members of the American Dream. Very nice ulti on the Aphelios. Boom, headshot. 99 Slushy picks up the Sivir kill there, and Wardens of the North are going to all get caught in that Orianna ulti, but there's no damage follow-up by the American Dream, and Wardens are going to close this game out. Very strong performance. 2-0 for Wardens. Very nicely done.
15,000 gold up. Into the map. Just absolutely dominating, taking apart the American Dream. The American Dream had drafted a better comp, drafted something we'd like to see, and somehow managed to do worse than the previous game. What are your thoughts here, Ruckus?
I think it's important for us to keep in mind that the American Dream are playing with two subs, and we're not getting exactly a great picture of what this team could be without their two starters. But I think we definitely need to give hats off to Wardens for the way that they've responded after their Week 1 loss to come out here swinging and get a 2-0 lead over the American Dream. Very strong performance from Warden's bot lane and timely ganks by the Trundle into the American Dreams jungle. Good communication was definitely the key to victory for Wardens there.
Yeah, they were grouping much better than the American Dream, who really needed to group and take advantage of some of the wombo combo that they had, but they just could not get it off. We saw some good ults by Mikey, no follow-up from the Orianna. Saw some decent ults, by the Hecarim, despite how far behind he was, but not really any follow-up. We're seeing Hecarim get caught out frequently in the jungle, just so far, getting so far behind that, Trundle can pretty much just free roam in there. There's not a whole lot he can do at that point. Just really looking good job on Wardens at getting the lead early and just shoving it down the American Dream's throat. Just expanding that lead. Like I said, 15,000 gold up by the end of the game there.
Yes, Wardens never took their foot off the gas in that game two at all. Very nicely done by them to close that game out quickly and take that 2-0 lead. Very nicely done. As we get set for potentially a game 3 here. Not quite sure yet if the American Dream are going to play out game 3 or if they're going to forfeit it. Let's see here.
It looks like they are going to play, based on what we're seeing in the lobby. But I'd like to see them play it out. I think, like we said, every game counts. So I'd like to see, the American Dream kind of band together, try to figure out something that's going to work for them. They really need to find a pick for Dream that's not Irelia or Akali, because he did really well the first game on Akali, put him on the Orianna, really not looking very strong at all. So we'll see kind of where the bans come down. I still doubt they let the Misfortune get through. I'd be interested. They banned the Aphelios first game. I'd be interested to see if they focus more on the bot lane and less on the jungle in the early bans. If they do go ahead and play out this third game.
I think maybe the American Dream, considering that they were blue side for that game too, maybe instead of banning the MF, pick it away. Let's get a power pick going there. Put your ADC on it and see if you can turn it around. The Sivir, they did play well bot lane there for game 2, but not quite enough damage on the Sivir pick. A lot of utility, just not quite the damage that the American Dream needed there.
Yeah, I'm not sure that the Sivir just meta enough to pick right now. Like, I don't hate the pick. It played pretty well. I liked the Yuumi I liked pretty much everything else. I liked the hard engage. Two options for the Orianna. You have the Malphite and the Hecarim. I'd like to see something similar as long as they can, clean it up, communicate. Maybe they try something a little easier to execute. But if that's not going to work for them, but then they had the Yuumi on top of all this, on top of all that engage as well. But I'd be surprised if Misfortune did not either get picked or banned by Blue Side this time. It looks like the American Dream is going to opt to stay on Blue Side.
Yes, I would like to see them maybe give it a look. See if Ace Up My Sleeve can pilot the MF to try and carry this American Dream to a Game 3 win.
Yeah, you've already lost the series. That's over and done with. Let's throw everything in the kitchen sink at them. Let's do some experimenting. This one does count, but let's go a little wild on this one. You don't really have an option to win the series. That's over with. So let's try to take a game off. Give them a taste of their own medicine. MF has been strong. Give it to your ADC. See how he does on it. Maybe they can run away too.
Yes, I want to see the American Dream try to put up a good fight into this game three. Try to keep that mental edge. This is only their first series. Try and put something together. Put something there for them to build off of and to practice this next week. Try and get it going.
Yeah, and once again, it's super unfortunate that they don't have their whole team. That does happen. But even like just standard communication among, flex queue, like it seems like it would be better. They're all in voice comms. They just need to communicate a little better with each other. It seems like they're just not on the same page. Maybe not even reading the same book. But we really need to see clean it up. Either clean up the communications to where everyone's on the same page, or we need to play something where we can maybe have a little less communication on it.
Because there were times in game two where the American Dream were positioned nicely. They did get their combos off, but by that point, they were just so far behind that they really couldn't even make a difference in the game state to try and put themselves in a position to succeed. Warden's doing a really nice job, game two, of just snowballing it completely out of reach for them. Um, Definitely would like to see the American Dream shake it up, fully commit to this game three, and try and pick up a win. Let's try and even the series out. Let's try and get it to 2-1 and go from there. In the series with a win would be huge for the American Dream going into week 3 of ELU.
Yeah, unfortunately for us, what we want, the American Dream does just go ahead and ban out the MF this time. Warden's sticking with the Irelia ban, followed by American Dream banning the Tom Kench this time.
Wardens of the North really confident in these bans as they continue to do the same bans through Game 3 that they've been doing this entire series. Looking like Wardens are seeming to think to themselves that they have this American Dream team figured out and are going to stick with it until it just doesn't work anymore. As Wardens do finish out their banning phase with the Lulu ban. And once again, we're seeing the American Dream ban out the Misfortune as they hover the Riven.
Yeah, that is a very spicy pick. I'd be interested to see where that goes if they do pick it in. I'm a little surprised to see that the Tom Kench got banned over potentially the Aphelios or the Syndra. Both of those seemed like more powerful picks, or even potentially the Trundle. I'm a little surprised they did go with the Tom Kench.
I am getting some breaking news here as Mikey Poo is being moved to the jungle this game, and we're going to see Sunny D in the top lane. I'm really excited for this matchup because Sunny D was hands down the best top laner in ELU Season 1. He did hover the Riven there for just a second. Definitely his strongest pick. But the American Dream are going to draft a Fiora and a Kali, and Wardens are going to pick up Malphite and Nocturne.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about. Throw Sunny D up top lane, move Mikey to the jungle. Now we've got a carry top lane into a Malphite. I'm ready to see Sunny D absolutely just try to run over top side. You've got Dream back on the powerful pick from game 1. And then we've got a Samira down in the bot lane. I'm really liking how the American Dream is swapping it up. They look like looking pretty good this time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
This is the kind of mentality that we want to see out of the American Dream. Okay, what we did the first 2 games didn't work out. Let's switch it up. Let's try and make a lane winning that's not bot lane. Let's play through somewhere else. Let's try to create some leads, and let's take it to Wardens. Let's get ourselves a win. This is huge for the American Dream. I want to see them try and stick through this kind of team comp throughout the rest of their ELU season. Try and keep. I'm saying this, but I don't know if their top lane starter is going to want to be switched over to jungle. But we know that Sunny D can be really impactful in the top lane when he's on a carry.
Yeah, we saw it all last season. Sunny D just straight dominating through the top side. Talking more towards war, we got the Vayne pick coming up. Very spicy. Surprised to see that one, honestly. Nocturne getting the jungle on something comfortable, something he likes to play. And then the Wardens of the North are actually opting to play the Malphites themselves this go around.
And Karis kind of flexing out here with the Vayne pick. Very interesting to see this here. Or it could even be, I'm trying to remember correctly if as we see Wardens go ahead and finish out their banning phase and pick up the Alistar, potentially picking it away from I'm Asian, who has been in the past quite impactful on the Alistar.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he's playing. Alistar also goes pretty well with Samira. A lot of CC knockups for her to deal with. Looks like that is going to be a Swain support, another good matchup with the Samira. Does a lot of damage. Just tons of damage drafted on the side of the American Dream this time. They said first game we didn't have enough damage. This game we're all damage.
The American Dream round out their team comp with a Maokai. It'd be interesting to see how this shapes up in the bot lane for the American Dream. And as we wait for War's last pick to come in, hovering the Orianna and lock it in. They said we didn't like the way that the American Dream played the Malphite Orianna combo. We're gonna show you how it's done. Game 3, looking for some major wombo here on Wardens of the North.
Yeah, and not only did they're like, oh, you drafted 2 Orianna delivery systems? Well, we'll draft 3. They've got the Nocturne, the Malphite, and the Alistar, all of which can just be great delivery systems for a massive Orianna ult. We'll see who have a little who played it better after this one with between 999 Slushy and Dream to Me with the Orianna pick.
As we get here into tournament draft. I gotta say, I really like the way that the American Dream are just, as you said, we're going all in to try and get a win here in Game 3. Very unconventional drafting. We don't see a lot of this in ELU. I really like it. It seems like almost every single top lane matchup is either tanks or bruisers. It's nice to see the Fiora pick come out in the top lane.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to be interested to see who they're breaking out in the jungle. I think it's going to be Mikey on the Maokai, potentially, in the jungle. I'll be interested to see how that plays out. Didn't have a very clear-cut jungle. I think he's going to get out-cleared pretty hard by the Nocturne, no matter what pick he ends up taking.
But you got to think about it, with the way that the American Dream drafted here, having the Maokai jungle, all of a sudden, just having the Maokai ulti come out of nowhere, locking everybody down in lane, you got to think that maybe the American Dream are going to be able to pick up some kills off of this unconventional jungle pick.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it clears. I think it'll do okay, but it's definitely not going to out-clear a Nocturne. But like you were saying, it's going to have insane gank presence. He needs to be ganking as much as he can. He's got point-and-click CC on this W, follow up with a Q knockback on the, and we just need to see him just absolutely dominate, particularly through Sunny D in the top lane and Dream to Me on his signature pick, the Akali, and hope that bot lane can kind of hold the line down there.
As we continue to go through draft here, we're going to see I'm Asian actually piloting the Samira here, as not only did we switch top and jungle, but ADC and support have been switched as well.
Wow, just absolutely everything in the kitchen sink. They're throwing I'm Asian. He's a experienced support player. He's put a bunch of games on ADC too. He's very experienced with the ADC. We'll see how he does on the Samira. Surprised to see how the changes, but like we said earlier, we've just got to go for it. And I'm really excited to see how this kind of plays out. Here come in the matchup. We've got a very, very strong comp on the side of Wardens. I think we'll see if they can play it better. They have been communicating better based on what we've seen than the American Dream has. And we'll see if they can play this kind of wombo combo comp potentially a little better than the American Dream was able to.
It's really interesting that they have decided to throw Chief Potara on the Alistar. I understand that it rounds their comp out really well, but seeing him on something different than even the Thresh or the Morgana picks early on in this series, gonna be interesting to see how that one plays out in the bot lane for Wardens. Obviously, Chief and Karis have very good synergy in the bot lane. It's been an absolute treat to watch them play these last two games as we are now in spectator delay for the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Nightmare Seta, I know we've been gushing over this American Dream comp this entire time we've been going through draft. I want you to um, go ahead and give me a bit of more of a rundown other than the Oriana delivery system on how you think this bot lane is going to play out for Wardens as they have the Vayne and the Alistar against a Samira Swain. How's this going to play out for Wardens?
Well, we've seen that Karis has basically been able to just out CS a gold lead even when he gets down in kills. So we'll see with the ADC swap up, we're throwing Imasian into the ADC spot, moving the Swain down, how he's able to maybe potentially keep up with Karis on the Vayne. I think the bot lane has great engage with the Alistar and the Vayne with the tumble follow up. We'll see how Samira kind of does into that. I'm really anticipating Wardens to win this bot lane. I think it'll be more on the American Dream to not lose the bot lane too hard and let Chorus run over this game three.
And
Um,
the American Dream did a really solid job of that last game, being some of the last members on the American Dream to actually go down and give a death over to Wardens. I want to see them try and continue and play that safe style bot lane against this really aggressive bot lane from Wardens, and try and keep up with CS as best they can to try and be impactful for these drag fights that are going to break out, and keep the American Dream in this game. Um, Really excited to also see the return of Sunny D and the top lane on the Fiora. I think it's gonna be really interesting. Um, but that being said, all Malphite really has to do is build steel caps and a bramble vest, and hopefully Warden's top laner can come out of that top lane matchup without too much issue.
yeah, I'd be really interested to see where they focus Mikey's really strong gank potential. I think that we're going to see a lot of focus once again on the bot side from this Nocturne. Probably some Malphite plays down there too. But I think Mikey on this Maokai really needs to focus on this top and his jungle. I mean his mid lane. Really try to get them ahead because I think they're going to be who you kind of want to carry through.
I have to agree with you. Try and get Sunny D as fed as he can on that Fiora. I think Dream to me will be fine in the mid lane, especially now that he's back on the comfort pick on the Akali. Crime City Nightmare Akali, very nice skin. First time I'm seeing it in game. Really excited to see this mid matchup between Dream to me and Slushy. Slushy definitely got the better of him in game two, but Dream to me held his own game one and was looking to be the shining star of the American Dream in that series. Unfortunately, Wardens do have the series locked up at 2-0 right now as we get set for game three.
Yeah, looking see what maybe the American Dream rolls S5 once again. They've done it the last two pretty unsuccessfully. Game two didn't really do much. Once again, we're seeing some 5 pointing going on by Wardens.
Pretty standard start for Wardens. Been staying away from the spice themselves and just keeping vision, keeping the American Dream from trying to do the shenanigans that they did game one. As there are four members of the American Dream looking to push up with the Maokai tree saplings. Nocturne does sit in the American Dream side of the jungle. No wards down just yet, though,
Yeah,
as we are getting all set to get leashing underway here. And we do see that ward drop onto Mikey Poo's blue buff. So Wardens are going to have a pretty good idea of where this Maokai is going to be at all times, at least for the first couple of minutes up to our first scuttle fight.
I was surprised to see Sunny D run straight top lane. Did not even take a look. Kind of just solo queued it up there, sat behind tower. waiting for his minions to get there. Didn't look for any wards, didn't kind of stand in guard. Would have potentially even seen that ward come down on blue, but now they got no idea because he just ran top, sat under tower.
It seems like Sunny D is going to try and hyper focus on this top lane matchup and didn't want to be caught up in any pre-game shenanigans there as we get underway. No
Mikey's playing
war.
Reverie better than I expected.
Yes, sir. Sorry, did not mean to cut you off there. As Sunny D does get the vital point onto the Malphite there. A little bit of trading going back and forth. Ace Up My Sleeve does miss the pull there. Nice tumble by Karis on the Vayne to stay out of that and try and keep this Swain from getting any of those soul fragments.
Top looks like a totally different ball game. Malphite already down towards half HP, already popped 2 things on his corrupting potion.
As the pull finally does land onto Chief Batar. Nice flash by I'm Asian. That's that killer mindset that we were talking about earlier on in the series. As I'm Asian is trying to get the double kill there, Heal does flash out on Kars, and Kars is able to trade one back on Ting. A little over aggressive there by the American Dream.
Yeah, I'm Asian, kind of overcommitted there. Probably should have just let that one go. But really wanted it. Nice first blood pickup though. Went back, got himself a little gold in his hand, and we see another Cole coming out on the side of the Warden's ADC.
As once again, Kapesc is continuing to keep up the pressure on these American Dream junglers, forcing them out of their own jungle. But Kapesc is kind of in a sticky situation now, as Mikey does flash in on him and is dropping his entire combo onto him. 3 members of the American Dream here, and they're able to pick up the kill on the overextending Nocturne. Very nicely done by the American Dream to get a 2-kill lead here.
Yeah, I think the top lane is realizing this is not the same top laner, and I think the jungle has just realized this is not the jungle from last game. We can't just free walk in from like we did last game. We'll just get collapsed on by 3 members and just give a free kill over.
As Mikey is looking for more here, I really liked that communication there from the American Dream to get 3 members in their own blue side jungle and keep this Nocturne out. Not something that we saw last game. Really nice nice adjustments here by the American Dream as they try to get themselves a win here in Game 3. Sunny D not looking to recall there as the Malphite does have to use his last corrupting potion pot. Sunny D trying to farm back up here. But like I was saying before that broke out, very nicely done by the American Dream.
Yeah, surprised Sunny's not taking a recall here. His wave's not in the best spot, but he's super low. Might just want to take this back and then potentially just TP back in. But Malphite's got no mana, but Sunny D's got no health, and I'd rather have no mana than no health.
Yeah, it could have been a disaster for the American Dream, considering that Sunny had no wards up. Mikey recalling right there. Kapesc is walking right into the Maokai, but the Nocturne does have red buff, and he's just straight shredding the Maokai as Sunny D goes back in. Kapesc is forced to flash out. Very nicely done by Kapesc as he does pick up the kill on Fiora, but the TP from Akali is just super impactful, able to pick up a kill there. Again, nice response from the American Dream.
Yeah, good communication. They're roaming better together. Still a 2 for 2. Probably should have just walked away from that one. But going in hard in the paint from Sunny D. He's like you said, aggressive top laner, great top laner from before. Once winning these kills, picks up 2 assists for himself and is walking back into lane with an Iron Spike whip.
I think it's important for the American Dream to continue to keep up this killer mentality as Mikey Poo does go all in on Slushy, who was looking to get an angle on this bot lane, forced to blast cone out as Wardens of the North do have 3 members here. Cheapatar going all in on the Swain. Very nicely done. I think it's important for the American Dream to continue to try and keep up this killer mentality that they've shown for the first 6 minutes of the game, but to also try and rein it back in just a little bit to not be overextending on fights that they've already won.
Yeah, definitely. Got Fiora in the mid lane and Akali up top side. A little bit of a lane swap here. Very interesting to do this early, but looks like it's working
As
out okay
the
for him.
pull does land on Chief Patar, I'm Asian, looking for more. Mikey Poo straight tower diving. Heart of Gold on the Alistar, though, to knock him out over the wall as Mikey Poo is still in their jungle as Kapesk is going around to hook back up with Karis to look for the Swain here, who's really low on mana. Forced to flash out. Flash does follow through. The Wardens of the North are going to tower dive here, and very nicely played by Ace Up My Sleeve to pick up the kill onto the Vayne.
Yeah, I thought he was probably done for there. Tower just absolutely dumping damage out this early. They're not tanky at all. Vayne did manage to pick up a kill. Uh, Mikey escaping with his life somehow, like you said. Heart of Gold just narrow missing the claws from the Q on the Nocturne to stay alive, and really turning out pretty well for the side of the American Dream.
As this Malphite needs to be careful here. Dream to me does have ulti, and the American Dream are showing that they are not scared to go all in here and trying to pick up some kills and continue to try and create a lead here, taking it to Wardens of the North. Straight bloodbath so far.
Yeah, I think I'm Asian needs to be a little careful. That is an Alistar there, and his support is just based, so he's pushed up a little farther than maybe I would be comfortable with against that kind of matchup by himself. And
Especially with no wards out on the map for the American Dream, but as we know, he is safe for the moment, considering that Warden's members are towards the top side of the map, and we do see the Swain looking to link back up with I'm Asian in the bot lane.
yeah,
As
surprise.
Karpesk is on starting up the Rift Herald. Got Sunny D here now, though. Ulti coming out on the Fiora. Mikey Poo is here to help clean up the kill onto the Nocturne. Very nicely done, picking up the kill on the Fiora as Sunny D looks to continue to try and build a lead for this Fiora.
Yeah, surprised he kind of wasted the ult there. A little late on that. Started it up without having a good idea of where the top side of the map was. Got punished for it. Once again, we're seeing kind of a flip-flop from the jungle here. Now we've got the Nocturne, one of his signature picks, not doing well. Well, once we swap Mikey Poo into the jungle, now they're actually making some gains in there.
Very nicely done by Mikey on the Maokai, able to secure that Rift Herald and try to continue and push this gold lead that the American Dream has managed to build for themselves, up 2k gold, as Dream to Me takes the E over the wall onto Slushie. Very nicely played there, managing to chunk him out there as Sunny D returns to the top lane against this Malphite, who has only just managed to pick up a Bramble Vest. We're going to have to see how this top lane matchup continues to play out between the two of them as to whether this Malphite can continue to stay in lane against a Fiora.
Yeah, the kind of switch swapping they did up with Kali going top kind of made Malphite buy a no magic mantle. Might have been a good play there. He's a little less armor.
As Dream to Me does ulti under the tower and flash there, but very nicely played by Slushie, managing to pick up the kill, and Sunny D managing to pick up the kill on the Malphite, but he's going to trade his life for it, as the American Dream are realizing they can just sit here and play with house money and try to make as many plays as they can throughout this this matchup.
Yeah, you know what? I'm really liking the way the American Dream is playing this. Besides that, great play on the Malphite, excellent ulti. Got them both in the ulti while one of them was tanking tower, and was able to get a return kill on a tower dive. So that's about the best you can hope for in a lane where you're probably going to be struggling anyway, into the Fiora.
Not only that, but we're seeing this Maokai keep up with CS, no problem, as the Swain does pull in on the Vayne, but Kapesk is going all in the paint for the Maokai, and it's not going to pay out for him.
Absolutely outplayed.
no doubt about it. Just too tanky. The Maokai is sitting on a ton of gold now. He's even in CS, and he got all that tower plate gold as Swain is forced to ulti. Ignite coming in off on Cheapatar as I'm Asian is trying to trade back even with Karis. This bot lane is getting a little bit of the best of them now, even though the Swain is sitting on 2 kills.
We've got Dream to Me and Sunny D swapping lanes again. We've got him sending the Akali back up to fight this Malphite, thinking that he does a little better since Malphite's already indexed so heavily into armor with the Bramble Vest and the second cloth armor, and sending Fiora mid lane to fight with the Orianna.
I'm really liking the tempo that the American Dream are keeping up here, as I'm Asian is just barely going to escape from the Vayne there. They're keeping the tempo up. They keep swapping their mid and their top between these 2 lanes to try and continue to build these advantages, especially now that Malphite has managed to pick up no magic boots, but he does ulti on top of the Akali. Sunny D dropping ulti as well on Slushy. He's just running circles around him. He's managing to pick up the kill. Very nicely played by Sunny D in the top lane on the Fiora and the mid lane. Very nicely done. This is what we wanted to see from Sunny D being switched back into the top lane role this game. Very nicely played. Now sitting on 3 kills.
Yeah, and you know what? Great plays by the American Dream getting these mid and top ahead. If we look down bot lane, though, we've got about a 20 CS lead from the Vayne over the Samira. Vayne is already almost 1,000 gold ahead. And so this is what we were talking about. We need to keep the Vayne from getting too far ahead. We need to let Dream and Sunny D kind of get strong and take over this game without Vayne getting too strong herself.
Dream to Me going all in on this Malphite, but the Nocturne is here to respond to Dream to Me. He's not going to be able to get himself out of this situation. Nice pickup by the Malphite, honestly. I think he got the Akali kill there with the Q. Very nicely done by Wardens to respond to this pressure that the American Dream has continued to put up in Game 3.
Yeah, I think Malphite kind of KS'd that a little bit. I think you give that one over to the Nocturne. I don't think Dream really has any shot of getting out there with no flash and already having used the E. But
Nocturne
okay.
ulting all in onto the Fiora. Very nice W. Orianna ult does land as Wardens are trying to finish off Sunny D, but Sunny D manages to pick up the kill on the Nocturne. Very nicely done. TP coming in for the American Dream as they try to pick off this Orianna that has just blown her entire combo and no longer has any damage. Very nice TP play there by Dream to Me as we have even more action going on in the bot lane as it looks like they did a nice little tower dive there with the Maokai, managing to pick up a kill on the Vayne.
You're absolutely outplaying this mid lane and jungler. They're probably saying, Malphite, come get your man, dude. This guy is dominating us. He just killed 2v1, stunned off the fear of the Nocturne, killed the Nocturne, and managed to get out without dying thanks to the red buff. Like, there's not much they can do in that kind of situation. We're seeing a major deficit getting built here for the first time on this for the American Dream. Getting a lead over Wardens.
Nice little play there by the Swain to kind of try and box out Wardens as the American Dream are looking to pick up their first drag here. Mountain drag is huge for them to not let Wardens get this drag at all to keep Malphite from tanking up into a mega tank. Very nicely done by the American Dream to pick up that mountain drag there.
And I'm just glad to see the American Dream not giving up first 2 drags to Wardens this game. Every other game they've given up both of the drags, and I like that we were able to at least take one of them off of them. That's some good improvement with the macro play.
Yes, very nicely response from the American Dream in this Game 3 as they are just absolutely having their way with Wardens and looking at a 4.5k gold lead right now. As now the roles have been reversed. There are American Dream members just having their way in Warden's jungle.
Yeah, they really need to work on translating this into shutting down this Vayne, though. This Vayne is up almost 40 CS.
Once again, very nice W on Sunny D there on the Fiora, and Slushy kind of whiffing on the Oriana ult there, and Sunny D is just able to walk away with that and flashes the emote at them.
Yeah,
Uh,
Sunny D's feeling himself. He's feeling really strong right now.
yes, sir. As Mikey is going all in onto Chief Batar, Car's free hitting Mikey right now, and Maokai ulti thrown out there just for the disengage.
Yeah, not sure Mikey realized how strong this Vayne is. Already got the Mythic, went with the Kraken Slayer, so extra damage to tankiness. Uh, and was able to just kind of get Mikey to half health before, and Mikey is just going, "Oh wait, we probably can't do this without us dying." So just walking away. They're going to need some more members if they're going to want to take on Chorus and Chief, I think.
Absolutely. I like to see the American Dream getting back to just like some essential fundamental League of Legends. Seeing a nice spread of wards across the mini map, keeping vision up for them to continue to try and make plays like this. Very nicely done. Something we weren't quite seeing in games 1 and 2.
Yeah, absolutely. They're playing well, more macro. They've picked up a dragon. They've got some good ward coverage. We're really seeing them play through their win conditions. We knew bot was kind of be on their own. We've got Sunny D on a power pick in the top lane. We've got Dream to Me on his one of his signature picks on the mid lane, and we knew bot was kind of be left alone. And Mikey's just pushing that button even harder with the his kind of pressure.
Fiora does flash there in the top lane, very, very overzealous by Sunny D. Something he is known for, though, living by the sword there. It's either going to get him some kills, as we've seen throughout, or he's going to blow his sums and get himself picked off. But killer mentality for the American Dream has been huge so far, as Mikey is 1v2ing with Dream to Me in response coming up. Akali does ult, gonna be able to pick up the kill on the Nocturne. Very nicely done by Fiora, as Vayne is just taking it to this American Dream bot lane, even with the Swain ulti. Ignite coming down on Karus, on the Vayne. Very nicely done, though, by Chief Batar to keep them off of his Vayne there. And no kills yet here in the bot lane after that. But we are going to see possibly the Oriana path down here after getting blue buff. So maybe they look to try and punish them under tower further.
Yeah, so once again, we've got top side of the map winning a fight, picking off some of the Warden's team, and bot lane holding steady, not getting losing a fight, but not giving over any kills, which is exactly what they need to do. We're still looking at a ever growing lead in the bot lane. This Vayne is going to get very scary, but other than that, we're looking pretty strong.
As Mikey goes all in onto the Nocturne, Fiora here as well, dropping tons of damage. Sunny D picking on himself up another kill on a rampage here, as they're looking for more. They're going all in on the Oriana. Very nicely done by Mikey and Sunny D there, and they're going to get themselves a third kill. Very nicely played by the Fiora and the Maokai. Even though she had no mana, they managed to pick themselves up 3 kills there. They dropped the Rift Herald. They're going to get even more gold from the second tower here. Very nicely done by the American Dream.
Yeah, and what does that do? That draws bot lane out, and guess what? Now bot lane got the bot tower as well. So that play up top, really, even though it didn't get this inhib tower, it really did get them 2 towers. So great plays by the American Dream, catching them out. Really aggressive jungling by Mikey. Liked the flash W onto the Oriana. Nice pickups on that, and was able to just slam through these towers. Really liking. Considering that the American Dream was not able to get a tower first game, it's looking really strong, and now it's the Wardens who are down 4 towers to none.
Yes, very nicely done, and we're seeing this role swap really playing out well for the American Dream, as Sunny D is now sitting at 7 kills, 2 deaths, 3 assists, with a 650 gold bounty on his head for the way that he's played so far, as we do have the Infernal Drag spawn in the drag pit. Try and see if the American Dreams can pick up a second drag here. with the Infernal Soul looming. Nocturne is caught between 4 members of the American Dream, and he's not going to get his way out of that one. Very nicely done by the American Dream. I'm Asian, managing to pick himself up another kill onto the Nocturne. That's going to
Yeah,
be drag for the American Dream.
yeah. Nocturne currently having more deaths himself than the Wardens have kills. I think it's fair to say that he is feeding at this point. Probably running a little high on the tilt meter. That one just wrong side of the train tracks on that one, Nocturne. This is not your neighborhood anymore. You're not playing Trundle last game. This is you are very far behind. It's time to stick in your own neighborhood and get some farm and hopefully come back in this one.
As we see that the American Dream do pick up that kill there. TP coming in for Wardens here, but not in time. Dream to me is managing to pick up another kill here, and they're looking for more. Malphite forced to flash out, but Swain's here as well. I don't think he's going to manage to get out of this situation. Very nicely done by the American Dreams. I'm Asian picking up yet another kill as they are just on a snowball now. Very nicely played. As Mikey Poo going all in on the Nocturne. He's got no mana, but he just half health the Nocturne. That is how strong this Maokai is, as he does have a Turbo Chem Tank and a Demonic Embrace.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see he opted for this kind of build. Very strange considering what I would have thought with the speed on the Turbo Chem Tank, the burn as well. But very tanky, very nutty playstyle, doing very well. But one thing that I really like to see is the Vayne coming up against some of these other more fed members on the American Dream. Finally, we had the Vayne Akali matchup, and Vayne went down handedly. Didn't really even have a chance. Well, into the Akali, you would expect a Vayne probably to lose versus an Assassin. But looks like the gold advantage that they had on the Vayne isn't going to matter as long as they can put her up against, maybe the Akali and possibly even the Fiora.
As the American Dream are on reset, getting back onto the map here, looking for more kills. I can't help but wonder if this is going to be a permanent change for the American Dream as they continue to play more games. Are they going to keep Sunny D in the top lane after this kind of performance? My gut has to say yes, but we haven't seen their starting top laner play. So we're going to have to see how this plans out as TP does come in. Nocturne turns out the lights, going all in on the Fiora, who yet again plays that very well with the W, but it's not going to matter. Huge shutdown gold going onto the Vayne.
Yeah, that's a good play. Getting the gold on the Vayne, you're pretty much your only player ahead. Nocturne still had to blow flash, almost died there. Played that about the best you can on Sunny D's part. Just a little too far up, and but Nocturne can engage from very far away, and once the lights go out, you cannot see that Vayne coming. So well played from the side of Wardens to bring back some nice shutdown gold onto this Vayne.
Yes, and Wardens were able to recall in time to deal with this American Dream push that they're doing in the bot lane, so they're not going to be able to get the tower here either. As we see Wardens try and take back a little bit of tempo from the American Dream, even though they're down 8k gold. I like to see that this fighting spirit from Wardens hasn't quite gone out yet, as they're trying to claw their way back into this game. It's not over till it's over. Neither side has managed to secure these drags, and we're sitting at 25 minutes, and it's anybody's soul at this point, depending on how these fights shape up before we get to the dragon.
Yeah, I really would like to see the American Dream group a little more. They're very strong right now. They need to possibly maybe just send one off into a side lane, probably the Fiora, and look at grouping a little more and kind of pressuring some towers, because when you have them all split up like this, they were able to send 3 top. You weren't able to get anything bot, but now they're going to look at the Baron here.
Yes, and this is make or break for Wardens here as the American Dream are burning through this Baron. They're also fed, but Wardens are in position to stop this. Lights go out on the Nocturne. Alistar flashes in and manages to steal the Baron. A huge play for Wardens. I'm Asian LOL, and the Fiora are popping off and murdering the members of Wardens as they look to try and get 2 members out with Baron. But Mikey Turbo Kim taking under tower W. Nice ulti, shutdown gold going yet again onto the Vayne. Another kill going onto the Vayne. Very nicely. A third kill, another shutdown going over to Wardens. But the American Dream do get the tower, even though they lost the Baron.
Lost the Baron. Mikey just not pressing the smite button. Like, got it stolen by the All-Star. I'm not sure if he smited early or if didn't manage to get it off, but it was actually All-Star able to steal that one. So really great play by Chief there. Baron Slayer All-Star skin incoming. But we need to, we're able to pick up 4 kills on the backside of it. So now we only end up with 1 member of Wardens on the with the Baron. But they're going to be able to get here first to Dragon. Are probably going to even this drag up 2-2.
And we are most certainly going to see that clipped and put into the Discord. That Alistar Baron steal, though, as Wardens are trying to take the Fernal here, and managing to do so. Not really much that the American Dream could do in that situation.
Sweet spot damage doing so much on Chief there. Chief Patar on the All-Star, probably about 80% health, now down to almost 50 after 1 sweet spot from this Fiora. Just absolutely insane damage.
Your ulti does go out on the Nocturne, but both sides are just going to walk away from that. Are we potentially looking at an American Dream throw if these fights continue to play out the way that they're playing and Wardens continue to get objectives right from under the noses of the American Dream?
I would be surprised, but they do have the options. Nocturne's fairly useless, being 1 and 9. They're pretty far down. They did bring it back. They're only 7k. They were almost 10 before. They managed to pick up a Baron, lost on everybody but 1. But you did prevent them from being able to push with it, and you picked up the drag off that. So those are both huge turn plays for them. If this Vayne can keep getting stronger and we can hopefully get some tankiness and put hopefully some more damage on this Orianna, who does have a Dark Seal. We'll just kind of have to see how they play it out. Really what the American Dream needs to do is kind of just play a little more together. They've got the damage. They just need to kind of find someone and kill them as a team.
Absolutely. They need to shut this game out as soon as they can and pick up a win. They do not want to see Wardens take this series 3-0 as Sunny D's going all in onto the Fiora, on the Orianna. Maokai ulti coming out. Did not catch the Vayne, though. Vayne is melting the Maokai here. Just barely living by the skin of her teeth. Living just fine. The Nocturne's the one that just barely lived there. Huge double kill coming onto this Vayne as she continues to get more and more fed. Sunny D does pick up a tower, though, for their troubles. As Chief Patar is running him down. It's looking like he's going to get away here, though.
Yeah, Sunny D running for his life as the very, very scary Vayne is coming online. Looking at level 15, 7 and 3, 3 items. This is not a Vayne you kind of want to mess with, and this is getting pretty scary. Despite the gold lead from the American Dream, they really need to be careful not to just throw this one. They were able to break the base, which is very good. Not able to get the inhib though. They need to buckle down, make sure they don't bleed any more objectives. They're still up 7-0 towers, which is a complete opposite from game 1 here. But we've got some very low towers in the top lane, and I would not be surprised if some of those drop soon. But we've got the Vayne just working on a almost 70 CS lead to the opposing ADC.
Yes, Wardens of the North, their bot lane has just been shining through this entire series, and even though they've been down this game, they're not out. Their bot lane is keeping them in this game as Vayne continues to get shutdown after shutdown, keeping this game competitive. Whereas the American Dreams really should have ended the game by now had they managed to get that Baron. But hats off to Wardens for keeping themselves in the game.
Yeah, not giving up, looking for plays. That Baron seemed helpless. Hero steal by Alistar. You still lost most of your team, but you were able to get to the dragon, clean it up. We've got, the American Dream has about a 6K gold lead over Wardens, but Vayne has about a 4K gold lead over Samira. So this Vayne is still very strong despite how ahead. Most of the gold lead I'm anticipating is probably in the 1-9 Nocturne, who's just really struggling this game. Getting caught out and getting just dumpstered by Mikey and Sunny D.
We see Baron does now spawn, but the American Dream is all positioned down here in the spot lane. Infernal Drag is coming up in 20 seconds. Sunny D is in the topside jungle, scouting it out for his team, trying to make sure that Wardens don't sneak it while the American Dream gets set up to try and get this Infernal. But now Sunny's giving up any sort of pressure as Wardens are straight Chad walking in to try and take this Baron, forcing the American Dream to respond here. But Wardens are gonna do a ring around the rosy as now the American Dream is here, and they're gonna get off the Baron as well. Sunny D half chunked out, not really mattering though on the Fiora, considering how much lifesteal this Fiora has at this point with the Ravenous Hydra and the Gore Drinker. As both sides just position themselves around this Baron, trying to make sure that nobody can start it up, nobody gets it for free. But Mikey Poo is soloing the Infernal Drag right now, and Wardens has nobody that can respond to it. So the American Dream are going to pick up a second Infernal Drag here, and they're starting up Baron as well. You want to now they back off of it. Maybe Sunny D should have kept hitting it, but try and see if the American Dream can try and put some pressure back on the map against Wardens in their fed Vayne.
Yeah, that was a great play. They had Mikey walk up and show in that fight. After that, he ran straight down to Dragon. They kept posturing around Baron, potentially thinking that they don't have any vision around there, so Mikey could be hiding in any one of those bushes, waiting to jump out at you. But he's all the way down in Dragon, but they don't have any vision down there either, so they have no idea that he's actually just gone down to do Dragon all by his lonesome. So great play by the American Dream. Get the soul point, pick up the second Infernal, and hopefully, looking towards this Baron now too.
As the minutes continue to tick away here, and I mean, the American Dream is still sitting on a pretty large gold lead here, but just not quite able to close it out as Fiora is pushing in the bot lane now, and Wardens of the North have to send 3 to respond to it, and the American Dream are able to start up Baron here. I'm gonna have to hope for a Hero Nocturne steal here as Sunny D is called out now and gonna get condemned into the wall, and yet another shutdown for the Vayne as Wardens do TP in now, and Dream to Me is going to get called out as well. Huge Malphite ulti going on to Dream to Me, but managing to get out. Blue side does secure the Baron here, and Kapesk is going to pay for it with his life now as the rest of the American Dream look to get back into the situation. Dream to Me did go down as well. Kind of messy here for the American Dream losing 2 members here, but they do get the Baron and are able to get some pressure back on the map.
Yeah, the Wardens played that great. The 3 people they sent top was 2 of them had TP. Soon as they kill Fiora, they both TP to the Baron. Well, now you've gone from a 2v4 to a 4v4. It's much better. They weren't able to stop the Baron, but they were able to pick up another kill on the Akali. So played it really well, though. Really smart with who they were sending where. The only person who wasn't able to get to that fight in a good time was Vayne, but she still managed to pick up another kill on Fiora.
As Vayne is now full build as the rapid fire cannon does now come in. This Vayne is really scary for the American Dream to have to deal with, as they really only have Maokai really to try and tank up this damage with the Thornmail being completed as well. as the American Dream look to try and push down mid tower here with their Baron buff. Need to try and get something out of it. Otherwise, the Wardens are going to continue to pick up kills here or there as they are looking on Mikey. He's all by himself right now. Maokai ulti is coming out. Does manage to lock up the Malphite, but not much else past that.
Yeah, snagged the Vayne, but kind of too far away for anyone to do anything. Fiora was trying to kind of more of a splittier build earlier. Ended up selling the Hull Breaker, opting for another item. I believe the Essence Reaver is what she picked up instead. Maybe looking to group a little more now.
As the American Dream do have two Baroned up caddies straight blasting this yet another base turret of the Wardens of the North, trying to clear it out as best as they can to try and keep from losing any more base here. Try and drag this game out, look for opportunities to try and steal a game out from the American Dream, but yet they still have 0 towers. The American Dream is still on in the driver's seat here with the Baron buff as they're pushing this tower down relentlessly. Not quite enough wave clear here now that everybody had to back off, and they do get another tower. Very nicely done by the American Dream to continue to be patient here with this Baron buff and try and end this game out.
We got Fiora up top lane. Drag is up in 25. Fiora does have TP for this, though, so I'm anticipating they probably keep her up there. Malphite does not have TP, so this is going to be great. Even if, Fiora doesn't get this Malphite here, he probably won't be able to stay there. Worst case, though, is if Fiora does die.
The Wardens of the North do send 4 people to deal with this Fiora as Karis is now godlike on the Vayne, but they give up Infernal Soul for it.
Huge mistake.
Wardens are not going to be able to do this, not going to be able to respond to this Infernal Soul of the American Dreams now. I don't think they needed to send 4 people to deal with the Fiora. Give up another tower there. Try and contest this Soul.
Yeah, that's a huge mistake. Vayne is really strong, but she's pretty much your only member. Orianna is getting there, and then you've got your tanks. But Nocturne is pretty much a wet noodle. He's essentially a missile for delivering Orianna balls at this point, and he's going to explode on impact. So you really got to make sure you get that off early. He's just very, very weak. But with this Infernal Soul, we're going to see some really good damage coming out of even just the tanky members like the Maokai. So I think that was a huge misplay by Wardens. That might have just cost them the game.
The game was spiraling out of control regardless, but definitely would like to see them contest that Infernal Soul. It's not looking good for Wardens now, but they still have a ridiculously fed Vayne that can just shred through the American Dream, but it's going to be harder now because the American Dream, they were already fed, and they now have 3 Infernal Drags, a stacked Infernal Soul. All they have to do now is really just wait for Baron to come up to try and end this off one last team fight.
Yeah, and if they can get a Maokai on top of a Vayne and lock her down for a little bit, that's probably just a dead Vayne. It's not really going to matter, especially if you've got to stack the CC on top with the Swain support on any CC. He can just pull her back in.
Ridiculous damage coming from the Fiora onto the Malphite. He's been sitting on this Bramble Vest all game, never turned it into a Thornmail. Nice flash by the Swain. Maokai ulti coming down. Orianna ulti does hit 2 members of the American Dream. Malphite ulti lands afterwards. Swain did Hourglass. Ulti coming in on the Samira. Huge double kill. Triple kill now for Samira, and the American Dream are going to close this game out here as they look to try and finish off the Nocturne. Very nicely done by the American Dream to go ahead and take 1 win off of Wardens. Very nice way that they sat here and responded.
Yeah, great adjustments. You
As
lane
they do
swapped two of
finally
your.
ace the Nocturne here. Oh man.
And you know what? It's great to see it. The American Dream got no towers first game. They said, you know what? We can get no towers too. They have great drag control. Gave up the first one still. Gave up the third one, but after that, they were able to get, still able to get the soul, and we're able to close out this game really strong. Great, game plan. Mikey ganking, focusing mid and top, kind of leaving bot lane on an island. Bot lane holding strong, even though the Vayne got pretty fed, wasn't really able to translate it as well to the rest of the game, even though she did hit full build before anybody else. Overall, great job staying untilted on TPP, taking a game off. All of these games matter, so really
The American
strong
Dream.
showing.
Yes.
The American Dream. Sorry.
Very nicely done by the American Dream to take those two losses on the chin and manage to pull out a win in Game 3. Very nicely done. The role swaps in Game 3 paid huge dividends to put their playmakers on more impactful positions in the top lane and ADC. I really liked the response from the American Dream in that Game 3, taking it to Wardens there. But Wardens looking really strong, especially with their bot lane and jungle matchups, managing to take a pretty decisive first two wins in the series against the American Dream.
Yeah, I think the Warden's bot lane is going to be their main focus. I mean, every single game, no matter whether it was I'm Asian or uh, Ace Up My Sleeve, he managed to get a 60 CS lead fairly easily. Didn't matter, he played three different champions, had a 60 CS lead every time. Was able to do a lot of damage, really strong performances every time. Just a very good showing from their bot lane. Really kind of excited to see how the Wardens come out next week. American Dream, hoping they can get all their teammates together and see kind of what kind of how they look going into week 3.
Yes, it would be interesting to keep up with the American Dream to see how these potential roster changes play out. If Sunny D is going to stay in the jungle or if he's going to be moved to top. But that is going to wrap up ELU Week 2. We thank you, everybody, for joining us. We hope you have a good night.